So here we go again. This is episode 61. My name's Brad. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. This is the Let's Get Inspired live vlog. We are now on episode 61, like I've just said. And the title for today is this CPTSD, the signs that I've missed for years, right? I'm just going to put in here before I begin, what is CPTSD? I am not an expert on this. I'm really not. I've recently discovered it, if I'm honest. However, and I thought I'm not going to do a video on that because I'm not an expert on it. So, but I can still talk about it. It's like a discovery, and we're exploring CPTSD. We're discovering CPTSD, and then we're going to explore it a little bit, like a beginner's really guide to it. However, I looked at all the traits. I looked at them all and I thought, oh, I'm ticking a lot of boxes here. I thought to myself, even though I'm not an expert on CPTSD per se, I can relate to a lot of the signs of CPTSD, or I can relate to those things. So let's just put that up there. Let's make it minimize that a little bit and then change it. There we go. Let me just center that. So what is CPTSD? We're going to get into it. We're going to do our best. Okay. I've been referring to my notes, of course. I've got my coffee with me. I hope you've got a nice drink. Get yourself comfortable to anyone that's watching. I'm going to deliver this the best way I can. I'm going to discuss things. I might critique a couple of things on here as well myself. Anyone that wants to engage, go for it. So let's get into it. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. Referring to my notes a little bit. Today, I want to talk about CPTSD. I am not a therapist, by the way, and I'm not pretending to be professional with regards to this. I never do. And I'm new to this myself, like I've just stated. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Good morning. Hope you're okay. Thanks for sending that yesterday, the email, the PDF for the signs and everything. Thanks for, you gave me this idea. You mentioned it quite a lot, about 2 months ago, I think, originally. And then I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then if I'm honest, I just like brushed it to one side because I was just busy doing other things. And then I've looked into it recently because I thought about it recently. I've heard other people speak about it recently, and I thought, oh, let's look into it. And then I looked at all the symptoms, the characteristics of people that might have it. And then I thought, oh shit, I'm ticking a lot of the boxes here, loads of them. I thought, oh, right. And originally I thought, oh, I won't be able to do a video on this, a live on this, because I'm not an expert on it. But then I thought I can at least explore it. I can discover it and I can explore it. And I can also, because of a lot of the traits of someone with CPTSD I have experienced, or I'm still experiencing, if I'm honest. I've overcome some things, but I've not overcome everything. I thought, oh, I can relate to this. I can do a live on this. So, but thanks, Dom. I appreciate it. Thanks for the idea, by the way. So that's what I'm going to talk about. She said, Don said, if I'm honest, I noticed a few things in you that I see in myself, so I thought I'd plant the seed. Well, yeah, you planted the seed. Thanks. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I've never even heard of it. I'd never even heard of it until you mentioned it. Never even thought of it. Never come across it until a few months ago, of course. So I'm just going to refer to my notes a moment. One sec. Yeah, sorry, Dawn. What else am I going to say then? I've been on holiday. I've been chilling out. I'll be doing lives at silly times, like in Monday morning, Tuesday morning. And then I've been like upset because I didn't get any views, like a sado. But I've just been making random videos. I'm back on track now, though. It's all good. I'll stick to what I like doing and what works, of course. You think it often gets mixed in with ADHD? Yeah, attention deficit disorder. Yes. I need to learn more about it, though, if I'm honest. Anyway, so let me carry on. So I'm new to this myself. The terminology of it, let's say. But when I started learning about CPTSD, I honestly explained so much in my life. It explains so much in my life. It really does. It fit. I fit into it. I fit into it in a lot of ways. I never thought of that. I never thought of it in that way before. So what is CPTSD? That's what's up there. I'm just having a sip of coffee. Sorry. Keep going. CPTSD stands for complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay. And the complex part basically means this. It means it's not from one big traumatic event. It's not from one big crazy event. You could have been, usually you think PTSD, don't you? You think war, people come back from going to war, they could have killed kids or whatever they've done, or they've had to shoot other people and it's caused them a lot of stress in war, of course. That would be PTSD, and a lot of people have heard of PTSD, loads. Or I think it's quite common, PTSD. Not common in people, but it's commonly known. It's commonly talked about. CPTSD is less so. Dawn saying, I've just watched a very powerful video about the effects of a narcissistic parent and CPTSD, and if it's okay with you, I'd love to share it in the comments after this video. Absolutely, please do, Dawn. Please do. Absolutely fine. I think that can help people, so that's a really good thing. So go for it. Thanks, by the way. Thank you. This is basically, CPTSD is basically from repeated, ongoing, or inescapable trauma. And I bet there's levels to this as well. There's levels to this. Like, I don't know, it's so varied, in my opinion, depending on the person, especially in childhood or long-term relationships. Okay. It's a kind of trauma, I'm referring to my notes a moment, sorry. It's a kind of trauma where you couldn't escape. You had to survive it. You couldn't escape it. Maybe it becomes your normal as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about myself. There are a lot. So we're going to go PTSD versus CPTSD, okay? We're going to get into it soon. Most people have heard of PTSD, like I've just said, post-traumatic stress disorder. That's usually from a single incident, like a massive, crazy event, something traumatic, something intense. Of course, that's going to affect people. That could affect people's dreams, etc. It could be like a car crash or someone. I always think of someone in war with PTSD. I just always do. I think that's what it's commonly termed as. It's commonly PTSD is commonly matched with someone who's been to war, isn't it? But there's other people that experience it. But CPTSD is different. It's different. It comes from years of emotional neglect, manipulation, being controlled, being invalidated, or just living in fear. I'll say it again. It comes from years of emotional neglect, from manipulation, being controlled, being invalidated, or just living in fear, constant fear. And sometimes, I suppose with myself, I don't know. I don't think I grew up in a terrible situation, but I'm obviously not, I didn't grow up perfectly. I didn't grow up with a lot. I grew up, yeah, and I was in and around alcohol and things like that as a kid, and probably toxic behaviours, people doing their best unconsciously. I'm being very understanding there with people that are carrying trauma, people that are carrying trauma, they don't know what to do with it, and then they're having a child, aka me, and then doing their best, let's say, maybe not doing the best, depends which way you look at it, but then some of that trauma is going to come towards me, isn't it? As a child, I was the oldest as well. So I was the first one, and my mum and dad were very young when they had me. And they went through a lot of shit. They went through a lot of shit, trust me. And I think that they did better than their parents, but I think some of that generational trauma was passed on, and then therefore passed on to me in a lot of ways. And a lot of those ways wasn't very, it's like subtle ways, I'd say. Subtle. Sorry, anyway, I'll carry on with this. I'm trying to understand this myself as we speak. So the symptoms look different. There's 6 main symptoms we're going to go through now. Dawn's just saying, one moment, Dawn, thanks. One moment. I've recently read something. Our stress responses are fight, flight, or freeze, and fawn are often CPTSD. Yes, it's often being stuck constantly stuck in one of these 4 responses, yeah, that's your cortisol, isn't it? Cortisol kicks in, fight, flight, or freeze. It's your stress response as well, or form. I'll go through that in a moment. Yeah, the covert narcissist is the most dangerous because they're so subtle. It's hard to recognize it. Fucking hell, yeah. I think I might have been on the receiving end of that, Dawn. Yeah, it's very subtle, and you don't know where to pinpoint it. And then it's really difficult if there's lots of positives as well. There's like positives and good things, but then there's also the negatives that are there as well. But they're, like you said, they're very subtle, and you can't quite pinpoint it. Especially if you're young, you don't understand shit. And a covert narcissist, when you're young, is going to be even more harder to spot. If someone's outwardly horrendous, they're absolutely horrendous. Imagine this person. They're narcissistic as hell. They're so aggressive with it as well. At least it's obvious. As horrible as that is, then it's easy to go, do you know what, that's a piece of shit there. But then it's harder when there's mixed emotions involved, especially if it's family. There's love there, there's respect there. But obviously then there's the dark side of covert narcissism. There's always positives. There always is that. And yeah. And if you have a lot of genuine empathy in you, it's even more challenging then. You're trying to see the best in people. Fucking hell. I'll go through that in a moment. So this one was a big one for me. It's emotional. I'm going to talk about, right, I'll keep going the best I can. There's always positives, like Dawn's just said. The first one is emotional flashbacks. Emotional flashbacks. So I'm going to just put that there. Emotional flashbacks. So people know what I'm talking about to an extent. One moment, just typing something, thinking in here, CP. And then I'll move that. Sorry, I'm just doing this. Showing off my technology. God, just trying my best here. That's terrible. One moment, we will fucking get there. It's all good. It's all good. It's not quite straight. That doesn't matter. CPTSD. So one of the big emotional flashbacks. Emotional flashbacks aren't like movie flashbacks. There's no image. There's no image. There's no like one mad moment. There's no scene. You don't really see it, but you're feeling it. You're experiencing these emotional flashbacks potentially. It's when you suddenly feel shame, panic, fear, or sadness. And you have no idea why. Panic, shame, and fear. Panic, shame, and fear. Yeah. There's no image or memories. There's a feeling of feeling small or wrong out of nowhere, feeling like you're not good enough, absolutely all my life, feeling like I'm not good enough, feeling like I'm useless, feeling like I'm not the best, being really hard on myself. It's basically your nervous system acting like you're back in the old situation. That's what that is potentially. Let me have a sip of coffee. How can I relate to that? I can relate to that. Let me think, guys. I'm trying to speak the best I can today. It's okay. Turning up the best way I can. Feeling small out of nowhere. I used to suffer with massive insecurity. It affected me going forwards. It happened. God, I was just so insecure as a kid. I used to hate myself in my teenage years. When I hit puberty, I hated myself so much. Oh my God. My mum and dad said, we don't know what to do with you, Brad. We don't know what to do with you. What's wrong with you? They wanted to send me to a psychologist when I was younger, which probably would have done me good. But the stigma for me in my mind as a 13-year-old was, I'm not going to a psychologist. That means I'm weak. I'm not going. I used to say that I'm not going to. I know that it's a good thing now, but then I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to psychologist. That means I've been written off. I'm not doing that. And I was really stubborn, and they kept saying, we need to send you, because I was such an emotional mess as a 13, 14-year-old. A lot of self-hate, a lot of self-loathing. Is that a normal teenager thing to do, though, growing up, going through puberty, etc.? I hated myself so fucking bad, honest to God. I fucking hated myself. And that was still there. I got to like 15. Then I just started being a bit of a rebel, smoking weed and taking drugs, as I've said before. And that gave me a little bit, like, I suppose it's like, it gives you kind of a drug-induced confidence, which is not true confidence, but it did with me. Started taking ecstasy tablets, and it gave me like an energy and a buzz, and it got me a bit more outgoing to begin with. Give me some false confidence, let's say, which was escapism, of course. Dawn said, I hate myself too, but my friend recently told me she admired my confidence, but it was all fake. Yeah, I've done that. Faked it to fuck. Yeah, at some points, yes. I like to think I'm more truly confident now than compared to what I was, because I think I've come a long way. However, wow, you've really done a dive down the rabbit hole. Yes, I have. I've done exactly the same, but my dad introduced me to drugs. He used to buy them, give them me. Oh, that's crazy, Dawn. Absolutely mental, isn't it? Fucking hell. Yeah. Why? What was his logic? Oh, it's better if you get them from me or something. You're going to take them anyway, kind of thinking, so I'm going to give them to you. That's mad. What was his logic for doing that, Dawn, is the question. Or if there was a logic. That's exactly what it said, yeah. I can imagine what that, yeah. Is it? I thought so. You're going to take them anyway, so you might as well get them from me, because then you're safer with me if I give them you. It's safer doing it. I'll look after your kid. I'll only give you half today. I know you're only 12, but you can have half. You'll be fine. Shit. You had no intention of doing drugs until they were like offered. And then you think, oh, my dad's the all-powerful leader in the family dynamic. I better do what he bloody says. Oh, God. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. Breakfast of champions. You just wanted a pony. Oh, just wanted a fucking pony. Yeah. You just wanted a bit of normality, something healthy, something positive. Fucking hell. Yeah. It's mad. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. So feeling small and wrong out of nowhere. I think it's really hard on myself. I still am. I still got it today. My question is, Dawn, or anyone that's watching, could some of these traits, my question is, could some of these traits, CPTSD, just become part of someone's character and personality anyway, is my question. Sometimes. I'm not saying with everybody. I'm going to move on. I want to talk about toxic shame, because I can talk about toxic shame quite a bit. So I'm going to go there. I'll just change that a tiny bit. There we go. CPTSD. Toxic shame. You thought it was your personality, and that's why I was so happy to discover it's not the real me. Oh my God. I'm like, this is like, kind of like opening my eyes in a lot of ways. It really is. I always thought it was me as well. Is it me? Fuck's sake. I thought that I don't know. I suppose it's nurture, isn't it? When you're younger. What you're being nurtured with, is it going to influence the way you become and who you become, how you are, how you interact with the world? It's going to develop that. I also think, right, as well. Imagine you've had a shitty childhood, right? You've got two choices. Some people they just carry on with, they take that shittiness and they just take it out on everybody else. And they blame their shitty childhood, which is shit, don't get me wrong. And then they take it out of everyone else and they don't give a fuck. And they're just nasty bastards. Therefore, the generational trauma continues. Other people, they decide, they go, right, do you know what? I don't want to take it out on others. I'll take it out on myself, but I won't take it out on others. And I'm going to try and learn from it and trying to grow from it. There's two types of people. Maybe some people go in between. Maybe some of us jostle between the two. We always have a choice. It's like if you've got someone who's got borderline personality disorder, whatever it is, whatever disorder they've got, I'm hoping that you could get good versions or bad versions of those types of people. Dawn said, I used to apologise so much, I've apologised to furniture. Guess what, Dawn? Snap. I say sorry so much. Fuck. So does Sander, by the way. I say sorry so much. It's a habit that I've had for a long time. I'm sorry. I say it so much. Probably less so than I used to. It's like, why saying sorry so much? I say sorry for things that I don't even need to be sorry for. It's like you don't want to upset the apple cart, do you? One moment. So, toxic shame. Exactly 100%. I still do it now. Yeah, I do. I really do. Really hard on myself. Really hard on myself. So toxic shame, another huge CPTSD is toxic shame. I can relate to this shit big time. It sounds like I'm not good enough. I'm No one's going to look at, I'm unlovable. I'm unlikable. No one's going to stick around. People are going to get bored of me. People are going to get fed up of me. That type of negative self-talk, that is in a critic, I suppose. I'm the problem. It's my fault that this has happened, even though you've done your best, etc., etc. I'm the problem. It's my fucking fault. And you're blaming yourself for everything. That can be a sign of CPTSD. Have I done it? Yeah, I've done it. Am I an expert on CPTSD? No, I'm not an expert on CPTSD, just to be open and honest. However, a lot of these things I'm fitting into, so I can fucking talk about them, definitely, because I'm part of who I am, I suppose. Or is it really me? Or is it because of do I have to reparent myself? Do I need to work on myself? I think I've been doing that for a long time anyway. And I'll just be open and honest. I talk about a lot of things here, but I've not got all the answers. I am not completely healed. I am not completely fixed. I'm a work in progress. I probably always have some wounds, won't I? I still have emotional wounds. I will always have them. That's being real. That's real. It's not, you're not going to eradicate everything all the time. You're just not, in my opinion. But you can work on yourself. You can get to a better place. Of course you can. But it takes fucking time. It takes a while. I'm a burden. I'm a burden on everyone. You feel like you're a burden to everybody. That's another sign of toxic shame. Oh, hi, Zuki. How are you? You okay? Good morning. So good morning, Brad, and to Dawn. Thanks, Zuki. I hope you're okay. We're talking about CPTSD today, Zuki. Another one is I always mess things up. I always fuck things up. That's not your real voice, as Dawn has kind of mentioned. That's your trauma speaking. I've done that for so long and then not realised it, really, if I'm honest, in this way. I've not really looked at it properly, if I'm honest. Maybe that's something I need to sort out to an extent. But at the same time, it's good not to be too hard on yourself. Thinking, oh, I feel like an idiot because I've not fucking spotted this or that in myself. It's okay. I think it's okay. I think it's not. Don't be too hard on yourself. Let's say that. Try to listen to the voice and find out whose it is. Yeah. You could probably achieve that through meditation, through calming your nervous system down, maybe. Yeah, usually when I have moments, I have times where I'm really confident, I'm winning, I'm doing well, and I keep trying and I keep doing well, and I just power through things. I just work my ass off, and it gets me through a lot of things. But every now and again, I get a bit burnt out, I get a bit tired, and then that's when that fucking negativity creeps in. That's when it fucks me big time. That's when I get annoyed at little things. I get upset with my YouTube, like poor me. I don't like being there for too long though, because I think, fucking hell, Brad, have a word with yourself. You need to be better than this. But usually I work my ass off. I'm a really hard working person. I'm like a dog with a bone. I don't give up. And that's a really good thing, of course, but it can be a bad thing sometimes if it's done too much. Thanks, Dawn. That's very. Try to listen to the voice. Find out whose that voice is. I'm just going to share that. One moment. I'm going to pin that comment. Pin message. Procrastinating is a massive problem for me. While others overwork, I go between the both. It's so hard feeling inconsistent. Sandra struggled with procrastination big time, Dawn, by the way. She won't mind me saying that. She's not, I don't think she's with us right now, but she won't mind me saying that because she's open with that. Procrastinating, putting things off, feeling too anxious to do things. That's your freeze, isn't it? That's your freeze, isn't it? You could call it freeze. Absolutely. So it's that inconsistency. Procrastination, sometimes the more you do it, the more you want to do it, I suppose. I'm trying to explain it the best I can there. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. Next, I'm going to talk about that inner critic. So it talks about toxic shame. Thanks for sharing your comments, by the way. Procrastinate. I'm going back to Dawn's comment. Procrastination is a massive problem for me. While others overwork, I go between the two. So what happens when you procrastinate? What do you procrastinate about, Dawn? If you don't mind me asking, what does that look like for you? Is the question. You don't have to answer, by the way. Just if you can, that's great. If you don't, that's no worries. Let's talk about that bloody inner critic. Negative we'll call it negative self-belief. I'm just typing this in. I suppose with CPTSD, it's that it can be that subtle that you don't even realise you've got it. It could, I suppose, if you've never heard of the term. Mr. Gold's back. Hello, Mr. Gold. Bloody hell, lad. How are you? Say his name and he appears. We believe Mr. Gold. Golden evening to you all. Mr. Gold, do you go to all... It's fine. It's no harm, by the way. Do you go to all the lives and then just type the same thing in? I'm guessing that you do. Does that make you feel good, Mr. Gold? Are you okay? I'm asking if you're okay. I hope that you're all right. I'm sending a bit of love and kindness to you. So, negative self-belief with the CPTSD. A lot of people with CPTSD also have this brutal inner critic. Fucking hell, I've had it all my life. I still have it now. So hard on myself. In a way, it's helped me in a lot of ways because it's like a kick up the arse. It's like, Brad, you should be better than this. I'll do a live and it won't work out the way I want it to, or it won't be perfect, even though I'm not even perfect at all. And then I'll be beating myself up about so many things, and I do so many things right, but I'm so hard on myself. It's got me to where I am, though. If I wasn't hard on myself, I'd still be taking drugs. If I wasn't hard on myself, I wouldn't go to university. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't read books. I wouldn't work on myself. So that, for me, that inner critic can be used in a good way, but I think sometimes I can really beat myself up too much, and I think it's not a good, healthy thing to do, of course. I'll go to the... Mr. Gold is spreading his love, his sunny disposition. Let's say that. So Dawn's saying, so I can wake up and think I need to walk the dog, but I need a shower. And if I shower now, I'll have to put on yesterday's clothes to walk the dog. So then I'll be dirty again. So I'll just sit there for hours trying to make a decision. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, basically you're avoiding what you need to do in a way, thinking, yeah, I'll just fuck around here for a bit. I've got this stuff to do. And then the longer you don't do it, the more anxious you if I put something off, the longer I don't do it for, the worse I feel about it. But then I just keep doing that. Gold has to be shared. Thank you, Mr. Gold. Can you send us some gold? How many carats of gold are you going to send us? Because gold has to be shared. Yes, it does. I agree, Mr. Gold. Dawn will believe in Mr. Gold, and Dawn says, absolutely, Mr. Gold. Zuki, Dawn, it's like cognitive paralysis, it can feel like for me. Very well said, Zuki. And Dawn says, yes, absolutely. Title should be PTSD of not believing in Mr. Gold. Gold for all. We've been showered in gold. We've been showered in gold. Enjoy. I think that's fun. I think it's funny. I don't think that's any harm to anyone. I think that's a good thing. Anyway, don't say I'm hungry, but I need to wash the dishes and then go to the shop. So I can't eat and I want to shower before I go out. It's hard. Like, wow. So you've got all these different things to do. You're juggling them all in your mind, but you're just not doing any of them. You're just like jostling them around kind of thing. So a lot of people with CPTSD also have this brutal inner critic. I've spoke about that. It tells you that you will fail. Your inner critic, you're not good enough. You're fucking shit. Everyone's going to laugh at you. You're going to fail. You're a fuck up. That type of thought can go through your mind. It tells you that you're wrong. It tells you that you're unlovable. Oh my God, this is one of my fucking hell. This is something dark now. This is something that goes on in my head, honest to fucking God. Not that I'm going to do this, by the way. Please, no, I'm not going to do this. This is very, very weird. I'm going to say it anyway. I have a thought in my head, and I've had it so many times, and it repeats in my head, and it says, sounds really bad, this, by the way. Please don't take this the wrong way. It says, kill yourself, kill yourself. I have this thought in my head going, kill yourself, kill yourself. And I know that sounds really dark, but that's my inner critic, and I'm aware of it. And I had that repeated in my head throughout the years for a long time. And please don't be worried or scared or anything, because it sounds very dark. I'm not going to act on that. Of course I'm not. But that's weird. It just comes in my head. I'm thinking about the inner critic now, that negative self-belief, that negative self-talk, which is really negative, isn't it? Sorry, I don't want to upset anyone or anything with that. I don't usually share that. But that goes on in my head. It's like, fucking hell, Brad, you crazy bastard. Not that I'm going to do it, but that's how bad the inner critic can be. In line with, you're going to fail. You're wrong. You're shit. You're unlovable. No one even likes you anyway. You're boring. It calls you names. Calling you names, isn't it? It's that inner critic, that harsh inner critic, that harsh voice will attack you. That's your trauma speaking, isn't it? In a way. Is it your true voice? No, it's not your true best self voice, is it? It's that I'm expecting rejection type of thinking. Or it's not good, is it? It's not nice. But I'm just sharing that. I'm just sharing that fucking very personal thing, but it's okay. I'm human. I'm human. It's okay. Anyway. Yeah, I do. I think to myself, shut up. Shut up in a voice. I think, shut up. Get on with it, Brad. Man up. Fucking hell. You crazy fucker. Life's good. And then I started to think of things. Once I go to dark thoughts, because I do have them, I just think to myself, it's okay. I'm doing my best. I love myself. I rephrase it. I don't get too scared of it. I don't give it any emotional power. Let's say that. I do a lot of healthy things. This is I regulate my nervous system the best I can. So if you do loads of other healthy things, like I'm healthy, I look after myself. I'm on holiday now. I've been drinking a bit here, but I don't usually drink. I don't usually drink at all. Every now and again I do. But I'm very healthy. I look after myself. I eat a lot of healthy foods. I read a lot, quite a lot, should I say. And all those other things help to minimize the negativity of the inner critic, for me personally. Anyway, I'm going to read these comments. Sorry. Dawn saying, thanks, Mr. G. I'm feeling golden now. Dawn says, yeah, they just spin around and around for hours. Oh, my God, Brad. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Don't worry. Please don't. I'm not trying to... I'm just being honest. That's mad, innit? Thoughts that you can have. The problem is, if I go down a dark avenue, imagine I've got that thought, right, and I live really unhealthily. I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm taking drugs. I don't have good relationships. I have toxic behaviors. I'm not looking after myself. My body is depleted. This is just a narrative that I'm going with. Then you've got the negative thoughts. Then it's going to be a lot harder to deal with. So that's why I've got to be healthy. I've got to look after myself. That holds back all that negative stuff, doesn't it? I think anyone can go down that. I believe as a human, a lot of people can go either way with regards to how to deal with the trauma, etc. I'm not getting the words out properly, but anyway, so it's all good. Yeah, you can argue with it and shut it up. Yeah, I do that. Mr. Gold says, PTGD, post-traumatic gold disorder. when you get that, when you don't believe in Mr. Gold, if you have gold, you withdraw from the gold. All right. Okay. Dawn says not many up, but I'm enough, man. Dawn could be my Mrs. Gold. Oh God. Dawn, congratulations. Sorry, I'm only joking. Congratulations, Dawn. Broccoli, question mark. I love broccoli. I know you don't. I love it. It can also be a case of nurturing, Zuki saying, it can also be a case of nurturing a counter-positive voice within. Absolutely. That voice, that dark voice is lying to you. It's not true. It's fostering, nurturing, and feeding that positive mindset. Absolutely. This is what you're gonna have to do, man. Have to do. I think it's a constant battle with regards to that as well. Overcoming the negative with the positive, let's say. Also, but on another note, sometimes things are really shit, and then sometimes it's toxic positivity, isn't it? It's like sometimes you've got to acknowledge things that are bothering you, and sometimes you've got to acknowledge that some things are shit. And I'm not saying being positive all the time works a lot of the time, don't get me wrong. But sometimes toxic positivity will be just pretending everything's okay, brushing it all under the carpet kind of thing, ignoring all your problems, but they're still there. I've gone off on a tangent there with regards to that. I don't think that's a good thing potentially, but on the whole, you can replace the negative thoughts with positive ones, of course. Mr. Gold saying, when you believe in Mr. Gold, you don't have dark voices, only gold voices, right? Okay. Mr. Gold's dangling carrots in front of us, isn't he? Carrots of gold. Zuki saying, also frame it as the negative thoughts coming from Coach A and the positive from Coach B. So when you have a negative thought, stopping to think, what could Coach B say? These positive vibes only, people, aren't good. If it's positive only, yeah. Without acknowledging the reality of some things, yes. Too much of anything's bad, basically. I'm not saying positive things are thinking positively, self-love and all that's really good, really, really good. Positive affirmations, quotations. Reading the positive affirmations not going to fix everything, but sometimes it can be a little bit of an inspiration, a little bit of a pick me up. sometimes, in my opinion, but it doesn't solve everything. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. So, and many times that voice is literally the people who hurt us living in our heads. Yeah, it's the people who have hurt us living in our heads potentially, or the aftermath of that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to relationship. We're going to move on next to, let me just have a sip of water, sorry. I'm thirsty speaking quite a bit. We're going to be moving on to how it can impact your relationships. How's that going to look like? How's that going to manifest? Let me just put that away. One moment, guys, sorry. Just typing something in. Let's go with that. One moment. It's a bit. There we go. Terrible at this. But anyway, that's a bit crooked. Brilliant. The relationship impact of CPTSD. So it can mess with your relationships. Absolutely. Potentially. I'll just go to the comments. We were all lucky to be in the presence of Mr. Gold today. A golden day to you all. Thank you, Mr. Gold. Hope that you're all right. Good day to you too, Dawn says. No, Dawn, you have to say a golden day to you too. Okay, right. CPTSD also messes relationships. So you might people please. Fuck me, people please. Relationship doesn't mean partner. It could be friendship groups. It could be with co-workers. It could be with anyone. Being a people pleaser, I was naturally a people pleaser. I did it way too much, especially in my teenage years and early 20s. It caused me a lot of problems. This is something that I did really work on, though. I still have a little bit of a people pleaser in me. However, I'm much better with it. I let people take the piss, man. I was too busy people pleasing all the fucking time. This is something that I have had, so I can relate to this. However, it's something that I believe I've dealt with this very well. I'll help people all day long, but if I think they're taking advantage or if I think they're trying to be manipulative, I'll spot it, and then I just double down. And sometimes it's okay. I say this often. When you say no, you say yes to yourself. So when you say no, you say yes to yourself. And I love that saying. And another one is the guilt button. I go, oh, my guilt button's not working. I say it in my head sometimes. Sometimes I say it to them. Someone's trying to manipulate me, like to do something that I don't want to do. I go, my guilt button's not working. Just letting you know it's fucked. It's broke. And then they just stop. That's how I deal with that. And I've read a few books on people pleasing, the disease to please, and there's a couple of others as well. I read them a long time ago, but they really helped me. They really helped me at the time deal with that. I wasn't aware of this CPTSD thing then. This is over 20 years ago. The question is, when was CPTSD formed? When was it created? I don't know. What's the history of it? Who came up with this concept? Because I wasn't aware of it. Especially 20 years ago, I had no idea what it was. But I was working on myself. But I used to people please like fuck. Big time. And sometimes a little bit that's good. It's like you're just being a nice person. But too much of it's bad. You just get taken advantage of. That can come from why are you being a people pleaser? It's because you've come from a dynamic where you've fallen into that role to keep the peace. You're trying to keep the peace within a dynamic. You don't want to be scolded or told off, so you're scared, so you're acting that way. potentially. Dawn saying, I'm absolutely the same, but I'm getting better quickly recently. I'm really glad, Dawn, that you're getting better with that. It's good. I think, me personally, I'll always have a bit of it there. And I don't, do you know what? I think it's good to be kind. I think it's good to help people. It's good to be of service to people. I don't think that's a bad thing, man. I really don't think that's a bad thing. Could you call that people pleasing to an extent? It's just putting the boundaries in place. And sometimes you're just thinking, do you know what? I just need to it's not being selfish. You've got to be self-full. Sometimes you've got to be self-full. So sometimes you've got to, do you know what, today, I'm just going to look after myself. That's what you can say to yourself. And then think, do you know what? I'm not being selfish. I'm being self-full. If you don't look after yourself, you can't help anyone else, can you, potentially? Dawn saying, I can unfriend in a heartbeat now. Bye, Felicia. Who's Felicia? Can you remind me, please? Is it the one that was going to your partner's workplace, if I remember correctly? That's awesome. I'm stealing this. Yeah, use it. Works for me. Works for me. That sounds like a healthy detachment. Yes. Feels great, Zuki, Dawn says. I used to constantly think I was the problem because I was the common denominator, but I didn't realise I was a magnet for narcs. Yep, snap, magnet for narcs too. Right now, though, I think I'm still a magnet for narcs. However, if one gets a bit too close to me, and I will spot it, I'll fucking spot it, and then they'll quickly back away from me. They don't want to know. Because they're not going to get what they want from me, and I'm going to just flip it. I'm going to mirror them. I'm going to put it back on them. I'm going to reflect it back onto them. I'm going to basically I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable. They're not going to like me. A lot of them don't end up liking me at all. Often they underestimate me, and then you have to show them, don't you? You have to show them. They stay away from me. I tend to spot them before they even spot me as well. In real life, of course. On here, it'd be more difficult to spot, wouldn't it, I suppose? But yeah, anyway. No, it's saying, no, it's a set. Oh, sorry, Dawn. Sorry. I'm misinterpreting you. I apologise. Thank you for correcting me. I've only got the written word to go with. I apologise if I've... No, it's a saying from, I think, a TV programme. All right, thanks. We ignored that friend for a couple of days, and she stopped messaging him and constantly messaging me. So she knows what she was doing. That's not good. That's not a good friend, Dawn. I don't know the full story. I don't know the full ins and outs. You don't. That person's just going to fucking shit. That person's just going to shit all over you. You already know. You're done. Good. You don't need that shit in your life. This is my late friend saying, bless him. And he said, sometimes your friends are your enemies in disguise. I like that saying. Sometimes your friends are your enemies in disguise. Not always, because that would be sad, wouldn't it? But sometimes they are. Frenemies, isn't it, kind of thing. And they're the ones closest to you. You might have known them for a long time. So you let things slide more with them. You let things go more than you would with someone you don't really know. So they've kind of infiltrated you into your life a little bit, covertly fucking you up, potentially. Not everyone's like that, though. Of course not. Some people can think that everybody's like that, out to get them as well, but that's not true. So anyway, I'll move on with that. So relationship impacts. It can be you're avoiding conflict at all costs. Avoiding conflicts. Yes, I try to keep the peace a lot of the time. I'll avoid conflicts sometimes. I don't like falling out with people. I don't like getting into arguments. It doesn't make me feel good. Especially when I was younger, I'd avoid them as much as I could. I'd let people walk all over me at one point. And they did. I didn't have any self-respect or self-love. Therefore, I attracted... I think sometimes I attracted those things into my life unconsciously. Avoiding conflict. Sometimes it's good to avoid conflict. Don't get me wrong. It's like, it's not worth arguing or fighting over something. It's good to keep the peace sometimes. But every now and again, you need to stand your ground. Every now and again, you have to have that conflict. You have to show your teeth. You have to show you that you're not to be messed with or disrespected, and you will put boundaries in place and you will follow through on those things. If you don't, you'll get walked over. Do you want to be a doormat? You don't want to be a doormat. No, it's not good. You don't want to be walked all over in your life. Life's too short. Fuck that. Fuck that. But have I been the one that's been walked all over in my life at points? Yes. Thankfully, I've dealt with it. Thankfully, I've dealt with that one. Big time. So I can relate to a lot of the CPTSD thing, I think, and I still experience those things now, but I'm much better than I was. I'm just thinking in real time here. Anyway, I'm going to go back to you guys. Sorry. Dawn saying, I've one true friend who's been there since primary school. You're very lucky, Dawn, to have that person. I don't. You're very lucky. She helped me zip up my coat in primary school and we've been friends till now. Oh, that's beautiful, Dawn. That zipping up your coat, that one simple act of kindness, that is, love isn't always flowers and fucking, love isn't always your stereotypical teddy bears, love hearts and fucking cuddles, kisses and all that kind of shit. It's not Valentine's Day love. Love is making sure your dinner's ready for when you're home. Love is making sure that the car is safe and it's still working. That's a sign of love. Making sure that you've got your coat zipped up, making sure that you're warm. Love is, oh, make sure you don't watch out, it's a bit slippy. That's the very small gestures of love, in my opinion. It's not all about the fucking teddy bears and the fucking all that other shit, which is, maybe it's nice for some people, and the flowers, they have their place in the world, don't get me wrong, but true love is through action, in my opinion. She was a year above you. She was looking after you. She sounds like a nice person. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. Fear of abandonment, fear of being left alone, feeling like you're not good enough. It can make you potentially cling on to people in an unhealthy way, potentially being dependent on people, a fear of abandonment, feeling that you're not good enough, feeling that everyone's going to leave you, feeling that you're going to be rejected by everyone. That can be a relationship impact that CPTSD can have on people, potentially. I'll keep going. I'm going to stay quiet to keep the peace. I've already said that. Stay quiet just to keep the peace. Just wanting to keep the peace, stay quiet to keep the peace. I've done that so many times. Still do it now every now and again, if I'm honest. You can feel unsafe as well. You can feel unsafe. You can think that emotions are dangerous, I think. You're scared of your emotions. You don't want to go there. So you numb them down. Dawn saying she's a super empath. She'll do anything for good people, but she's demonic towards narcs, etc. I love that. Fucking love that, Dawn. Yeah, good. She seems like she's obviously sounds like she's a super empath, like you've just said. She's probably been through the shit. This is where you want to get to, ideally, more towards that. Absolutely. I think that's good. And yeah, it doesn't take the shit, basically. I don't think you can, with a narcissistic person, you can't bat them off, let's say, but I don't know if you're around them all the time and you try and fight fire with fire, I don't think it'll end well. I think you put barriers in place, they know not to mess with you and they'll just leave you alone. Is the best way, in my opinion. Not being around them is the best, in my opinion. Fighting fire with a narcissistic person, that's their comfort zone, isn't it? That's where they love being, potentially. Anyway, she sees people struggling at work and will sneak money into their locker completely anonymously and just wants them to feel cared for. She's a scrub nurse too. Oh, that's nice, Dawn. What a nice person. That's a good nurse, isn't it? Like a genuine, the real deal, that, by the sounds of it. It's amazing. Yeah, I think you've talked about her before. Sounds like an angel, basically. Lovely. Nice person. You're lucky to have that friend. You're lucky to have that friend. So what can happen is love equals pain, instability. What can happen with people who are suffering from CPTSD is potentially is they're attracted to certain types of people. They don't realise they are. They can end up going into narcissistic relationships. I've done that. Been attracted to not healthy. I wasn't attracted to healthy people. I was attracted to unhealthy people. Let's say that toxic people, probably coming from my childhood trauma. Let's say that. I'll carry on. One moment. Do my best. Trust issues. Yeah, suppose if you've been burnt or you just don't trust people, you think everyone's out to get you. That can be one of the signs of that, potentially. Yeah. Another one that Dawn's already mentioned is attracting the controlling people. You'll just be a magnet to them because you fit into that agenda perfectly. I've definitely experienced that quite a lot in my life. Fucking hell, loads of times. Yeah, not now though, thank God. Sorry, I'm just gonna have a moment. A sip of water. I'll keep going. Or you can feel like you're too much potentially as well. I think you feel like you're too much. I suppose you're kind of like stuck in survival mode with regards to this. So it's not your true personality. All of these things I've been speaking about, it's, yeah, you're just trying to survive the situation. You've suffered trauma growing up, and then you're trying to just like survive situations the best way you can. So you're trying to people please. You're trying to avoid conflicts. You fear abandonment. All these things, these behaviours are all just to get through social situations because that's what you know. That's what you've been taught to believe. The environment that you grew up in is going to influence the way that you interact throughout society, throughout other social groups, and you think that's the best way to be, and it gets you through those situations to an extent, but it can have a negative effect on your life if you continue with those. It's like this is the best you could do as a kid, right? In my opinion, is what I take from this. I'm a people pleaser. I'm avoiding conflicts, for example. And this got me through being a kid. It was the best I could do. I didn't know anything better. But then I'm applying that as I get older. There's going to be a consequence for that, isn't there? So it does that thing from a kid might have got me through as a kid the best I could. However, those tactics of avoiding conflict, people pleasing too much, becoming a doormat is going to have more of a negative effect on your life going forward if you continue with that same strategy, that same way of being. So therefore, you need to recognize what you're doing and then think, right, how can I approach this in a more healthy way that has a more self-respect towards myself, type of thing. I'll move on, guys. Sorry. I'm just going quiet for a moment. I'll keep talking the best I can. Emotional regulation problems is the next one. And I've put CPTSD. My question, oh, this has gone off. One moment, guys, sorry. Emotional regulation problems. Let's hope that this types in. It's not working, that's fine. It's okay. I'll keep going the best I can. So I'm going to talk about emotional regulation problems with regards to CPTSD, which is what I'm talking about today. That could, how's that going to look? It could be, you could struggle to calm down. You could, you're that tense, you're that highly strung, you're that trauma so strong in you, your emotional regulation system is on the edge, let's say. So you struggle to calm down, you fight or flight all the time, you're on tenterhooks kind of thinking. Any slights, you see slights where none exist sometimes and you'll take it personally. You're constantly stressed, you're in fight, flight, freeze all the time. You've got high cortisol levels. What does that mean? High cortisol levels means that your body's going to be inflamed. It causes inflammation in the body, stress. And when you've got high cortisol levels, all the other happy hormones can't get in because that cortisol hormone is so strong. Nothing else can get in. It can affect your sleep and everything. And some people are in that fight or flight way too much. That's why they say stress is one of the biggest killers. It really, really is. Basically, it comes from high cortisol. Therefore, high levels of inflammation. Yes, lots of traumatized people have illnesses and gut problems. Fucking hell. Yeah, because I'm speaking very basically. It's that inflammation, isn't it? That's constant in the body. You know, your nervous system is stressed all the time. It's fucking like fight or flight. Sometimes good in an emergency, but you can't be like that all the time, every day. It's going to affect your sleep. It's going to affect a lot of fucking things. You're not going to be able to handle things as well because you're stressed. Yeah, there's more. Sorry, Zuki saying, yes, there is more research being done in recent years about the link to chronic health issues. Yeah. It can really fucking mess you up big time. And then the body, if you ignore your emotions, right, if you don't deal with it, which is easier said than done, you might not even be, a lot of people aren't even aware of everything. If you don't deal with it, then the body's going to go. The body's next. The body goes, hang on a minute. I'm not happy. Body's going, I'm not happy. Something's wrong here. There's a lot of cortisol going on. And then it starts to show you in different ways. So it can affect you, your gut, of course, your digestive system. It can affect so many different things with regards to stress. It can affect your heart, cardiovascular system. The list goes on and on and on. Then the body will show you sometimes. It's like a warning. You're not listening to your emotions, so I'm going to show you physically. Type of logic. Dawn saying, yes, I think that's why the anti-inflammatory effects of carnivore help me so much. It's helped you to get, it's really helped you to become, it's done a lot. But yeah, you're probably stressed out a lot by the sounds of it, Dawn, and then that's calmed your body down. Therefore, the mind then can go with it, can't it? They both go together. And then that's helped you to, if you're really, really stressed, you're really tired, it's so fucking difficult to deal with things in that particular state, isn't it? Cortisol levels are high, body's all inflamed, stressed out to fuck. It's a lot more difficult to sort anything out while you're like that. You're just getting more stress. You don't feel like you want to deal with anything. You're just trying to get through the day, survival mode. Like we've talked about some of these things today. When you calm that body down, it becomes healthier and the mind goes with it. This takes time, of course. That's when your nervous system's getting a little bit calmer, isn't it? A little bit calmer, feeling a little bit more secure. And when you're calm and you're relaxed and you're less stressed, then you can start to dissect things, can't you? You can start to understand things more logically instead of hyper emotionally, let's say. Don saying, if I get too stressed, I disassociate. That's another protection system. Yeah, disassociate and just trying to avoid it, isn't it? Just yeah, disassociation, isn't it? Yeah. I'm coming away from it, I suppose. I'm trying to get the words out the best I can. Another one, emotional regulation problems. It could be you're overreacting. I've done it. I remember once, I used to get I used to hang my own load of chavs. I used to go to Wigan Pier every week. I used to go to Maxims every week. I had a good time, don't get me wrong. I was in my 20s. I was fucking mad. I listened to bounce music. I was a chav. I was a chav. But I enjoyed it at the time. Aspects of it. But then I ended up with a proper, really chavs. Trust me now, chavs. Big time. Big time. I hang around with some crazy people, let's say that. And I was a bit crazy as well, of course. But I was getting terrorized at one point. Long story short. And then basically that happened for about a year or two. But then eventually I started to work on myself and I started to stick up for myself, which was a good thing. I needed to do that. I needed that situation in a way. But then when I started to begin to stick up for myself, I used to overreact. So anyone that said anything, I was all over them. I turned to pieces. I was a bit of a prick. But I was trying to protect myself and I was overreacting though. Because I must have come across as a bit of an asshole at that time. But it's because I was hurt and I was damaged. I was a wounded animal and I was trying to fight back and I overreacted. And other times as well, moving on, it's to underreacting. And before I started to overreact, I used to underreact. So I just let people walk all over me at one point. That's my early 20s I'm going on about now. This is 20 years ago. But I used to underreact to keep the fucking peace. Suddenly shutting down, which is in relation to what Dawn said with regards to disassociation, just shutting down emotionally, just the switch has gone off. Done. Gone. So I suppose it's just switching yourself off, isn't it? It's in a way, it's protecting yourself in that moment. I'm not saying that's the best thing to do, but maybe it's the best you can do at that moment. Feeling overwhelmed easily. Yeah, back to high cortisol, high stress, high inflammation. Little things can just the straw that brought the camel's back. Any little thing will just make you really upset or emotional or break and can't handle anything else. You've got so much stress going on. Any tiny little thing is going to fuck you over. Anyway, I'll go back to one moment. Sorry, guys. I'll go back to the comments. You once had a dream that I lived back with my parents, how I am now. And when I woke up in a total daze, I couldn't even see properly. Everything was fuzzy around the edges. So let me just break that down. You had a dream that you lived back with your parents, how I am now. When I woke up, I was in a daze. I couldn't even see everything properly. Yeah, everything was blurred. Wow. How did you feel about that dream, Dawn? How did it make you feel? Is the question. Dreams are interesting, but they're also very specific. I love Bonkers. That was like Happy Hardcore, wasn't it? That's Happy Hardcore, Bonkers. I remember it though. I used to like that as well. God, I've been to so many raves, Dawn. Honest to God, every single week I was on it. I had a great time. I used to live in Ibiza as well. I lived in Ibiza in 2004 and 2005. 6 months each year, I did. I worked for Eden the first year, and I worked for Es Paradiso second year, which is in San Antonio. I used to drink every day then. I was on it. I'm really glad I did it, but I couldn't do it now. I used to be one of them annoying pricks. I was one of them annoying pricks that tried to get you into the bar and the club and sell you tickets. I was one of them. I didn't really like doing that job because I thought, fuck me, these people imagine you go to Ibiza, the PRs, aren't they? I think they call them PRs. And basically just people who are trying to get you into bars and sell you tickets. And I'm thinking to myself, these people are getting hammered all the way. And I could tell they were annoyed that the tourists, but I had to do it as my job. Oh, you can't imagine me doing that. I did. And a lot of the time I'd be drunk or I'd be off my fucking nut. I'd be fucked. I'd be up to fuck at work. And they give us drink, they give us beers. They give us beers. Like I get paid to get drunk and talk to people. And I'm an introvert. I'm introversion ambivert, but I'm probably more introverted than extroverted, believe it or not. You can't believe I did that. Yeah, I did. I did that for 2 years. And by the end of it, though, I thought, I can't do this anymore. And it wasn't healthy, to say the least. Let me go back to the comments. Very defensive. I know someone who's defensive, but she also wears a victim badge. That's different. That's different, man. That, in my opinion. There's different ways of approaching things. Like I said before, you can go through shit and deal with it in a healthy, like, positive way, or not taking out on others, or you can go down the other poor me kind of road where you're a victim, therefore a manipulator. That sounds like a manipulator, Dawn, with the whole victim badge thing is. And a lot of the time, if you go down that victim road, like, woe is me, too far, and then anyone who doesn't really... Imagine I'm the victim, and I wear it like a badge. That's my cause. All my time and energy is on that. And then if no one fucking acknowledges it enough for me, then I won't be happy with them. I'll be upset at them for not caring about me enough or not giving me enough attention. A lot of these people tend to like to use people as sounding boards, so they'll just unload all the shit onto others, but then that's all they'll do all the time, which is not good. Of course it's not good. Dawn says, I really have to shower and get ready to go to the horses, but I'm still going to listen. No worries, Dawn. Thanks for being here. Don't worry. Thanks for contributing. Just live your life. You've got your horses to tend to. You've got a life to live. Cool, that's fine. No worries. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. Anyway, Dawn saying, I agree. All my friends hated her, but I fell for it and wanted to help her. All your friends hated her. I fell for it and wanted to help her. You wanted to be a good person, Dawn, by the sounds of it. I don't think you should ever lose that either. You should never lose that. I don't think. But obviously, you've got to protect yourself at the same time. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm moving on to the form response next. The best I can, which has been mentioned before. The form response. Let me hope that this works on here. It's working. That's it. The form response in relation to CPTSD. Okay. One of the biggest survivals modes is fawning. And what's fawning? You're fawning over somebody. That means that you're going to put other people's emotions before your own. You're going to be, therefore it's linked to people pleasing, isn't it? You're putting everyone's emotions before your own. Sometimes that's a very noble and lovely thing to do. It really, really is. That's being considerate. That's having emotional intelligence potentially. However, if you're always doing that, you're never putting yourself first. You know self-respect. You're not being self-full. You're pandering to the emotions of others as well. And what does that mean? People's emotions are always fucking changing. People are up, they're down, they're left, they're right. Emotions change like the wind, don't they? Especially, it's hard enough to control your own emotions. You can't, therefore, it's impossible to control the wants, the whims of everybody else. You can try and pander to people to an extent and try and be reasonable to an extent and meet them halfway or whatever it is. But sometimes you've just got to do what's right for you. But with fawning, the fawn response is going to be putting everyone else's emotions before your own, at the price of your own, at the price of what you want to do. We've already spoke about this. Moving on, you're apologising constantly. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean that. Oh, that's my fault. I'm really, really sorry. And you're apologising for everything. A narcissist. That's a narcissistic person's best dream, isn't it? It's like, wow, I've got someone who's sorry for everything. Fucking hell, that's great. If you're a narcissist, you're thinking, fuck me, this person's sorry for everything. This is great. This is perfect. They're going to be sorry for everything that I do. That's why narcissists are attracted to people that are experiencing CPTSD potentially. It falls in line with what they want. So apologising constantly, that's fawning up too much. You're trying to keep everyone happy. And that's, again, that is, if you're trying to keep people happy, you're trying to do a good thing, it's coming from a good place, that's not such a bad thing, in my opinion, but within reason, within being balanced with it, of course. But if you're trying to keep everyone happy all the fucking time, it's impossible. Someone's at the door. Sorry, Sandra's at the door. One moment, guys. Little break. One moment. Just answering this. There we go. Sorry about that. Coming back. So I'm going to carry on talking. Sorry about that. Back again. So trying to keep everyone happy all the time. You can't do that. That's a falling response. That's like CPTSD. That's what a lot of people can do. Trying to keep everyone happy all the time. Again, you're going to be sacrificing your own happiness with regards to that if you're doing it all the time. Suki saying, I get that, Dawn. And when I stopped to slow down, being as much of a people pleaser, some saw me as being too self-centered. Okay, let me break that down, Suki. So when you stop being, people expect it of you, Zuki. Oh, for fuck's, sorry. Oh, bollocks. One sec. Sorry.
She's waiting for me downstairs.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just doing my live. Are you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks, you.
Yeah, just cracking on with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
Oh, we'll eat soon. Don't worry. We'll get something.
I'll eat really soon.
No worries. I'm going to crack on with this. Sorry. So, sorry, Zuki. I'll go back to you. I get that, Dawn. When I stopped or slowed down, being as much of a people pleaser, some saw me as being too self-centered. Yeah, they take you, therefore, that is taking you for granted, isn't it? It's taking someone for granted by the sounds of it. Yeah, as soon as you stop doing what they want you to do, they've got, oh, you've changed. Oh, they don't like seeing that in you. They're not happy about that. Therefore, they'll make you feel guilty. Oh, you're being selfish. Like, no, you're just looking after yourself. Anyone who does that, I think most of the time, it's maybe not the best people. Maybe not have your best interest at heart. Maybe they're using you. Maybe there might be a big picture to that, of course. But just gauging off what you've just said there, that's how I'd interpret that. Let's say. So yeah, you can't keep it. It's impossible to keep everyone happy anyway. Even if you rolled out the red carpet, you give them everything they want. It's impossible. You're not responsible for other people's happiness either. Of course you're not. But again, that can be a CPTSD falling response. Moving on. You make yourself small to make everyone happy. Keeping quiet. Shit. This is something that I still do. Definitely sometimes. This is something that I'm probably currently working on. This is something that I need to move through. This is something that I need to improve on. I'm going to be deadly honest with myself here. Making yourself small to keep everyone happy. Not sure. I sometimes don't show what I'm truly capable of in some social situations. I'm making myself smaller, making myself quieter, just so other people can feel secure. And it's like you're reverting back to like your younger ways. I still do that sometimes. That's something that I need to work on. That's something that I need to come away from, I should say. But yes, that's another part, it's a falling response, isn't it? I'm going to dim my light just so other people can feel a little bit more comfortable. That can occur, absolutely. This doesn't make you weak, by the way. It means that you've had to survive the chaos. So foreign response doesn't make you weak. It just means that you're trying to get through the situation that you're in currently at that moment. Sometimes it's making the best out of that kind of situation. I'm going to have a little sip of water. So yeah, that's something I need to work on. I still do that sometimes. Make myself small. I'll just be quiet in some situations, I suppose. Anyway, I'll move on. Let's go to identity struggles, okay? Yeah, I'm good at you.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this.
I ring my mum, but I couldn't get through.
All right.
Trying to do it. That's warm.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, guys, been a bit slow there. Let me open that up.
Mi rekao da si. Šta radiš? Ma nećemo da grisaš u popak ti vidim kao život.
That's great. So, identity struggle, CPTSD. God. So, another sign of CPTSD is feeling like you don't even know who you are. You've lost your sense of self. You don't know who you are. You've just been in this survival mode for so long. You've lost your sense of self, I suppose. That can occur. Moving on as well. Sorry about the noise in the background. It's a bit. Sorry. I'm going to be quiet for a moment because I can't speak right now. I feel like I can't speak. So, another one, I'll speak the best I can over what is in the background. I'm really, really sorry. So when you spend years adapting to other people, you never get to develop your own identity. When you're just fucking people pleasing all the time, you're in survival mode, CPTSD, you've experienced these crazy situations, you're trying to just adapt to it, but you lose yourself in the process. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you want. That can occur. Of course. And so you end up feeling lost. Sorry, I'm speaking a bit louder now. You feel empty or directionless and you judge yourself for it, but it makes total sense. I think I've said this before. I remember just not knowing what I wanted, not knowing where I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea. I was directionless at one point in my life. I had no fucking clue. And it took a lot of soul searching to discover that, to discover my true self. Let's say that. So we're going to move on. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, sorry, guys. I have to wait until this. That's just annoying me. Sorry. I need to calm down a moment. So why does CPTSD go unnoticed is the next point I'm going to talk about. Oh, that's really loud. Sorry. It's annoying me. I'll have to...
Kako piše. Tako je. Još sam sinoć
Oh, it's annoying.
ponoći krasno i ništa me nije bodilo. Ništa znači, ništa.
So why does CPTSD often go unnoticed? The reason so many people miss this, as I have to an extent, is because the emotional trauma isn't always obvious. It's not all... I'll start again in a minute. I'm going to do this, sorry. You do you, all right? I'm doing this, sorry. The reason so many people miss this, CPTSD, is because the emotional trauma isn't always obvious. They're not always aware of it. It becomes your normal, I suppose. Your family dynamic that you grow up in. You develop these types of behaviours, etc. And that's your normal. That's your baseline. And then you're just going to think that's your normal, but that's the way you are. And then the way that you learn to be, you're a people pleaser, you're this, you're that, the other, that you can end up thinking that that's truly you. And that's how you are. And that's how you integrate into other social situations. And that's those coping mechanisms that you've developed, you end up applying them to every social situation, and you think that's the way you are, but really it's not your best self, in my opinion. It's something that you can work on and become better with. So I'll move on. The next one is you might think that others had it worse. Think, oh, my problems aren't that bad. Other people have had it so much worse than me. I had this growing up. I had that growing up. I had this happen. And those might be positive things. And that's good. Of course it's good. I got these things. I've got that things. But you can kind of dismiss. It's good. CPTSD is going to go unnoticed if you're dismissing all the things that weren't perfect. If you're going to dismiss the trauma that you've experienced, you're not going to be able to grow from it if you dismiss it. Of course. You're going to ignore it. And you could think that other people have had it worse than you. Have I felt this? Yeah, I felt this. Definitely. You could go with my childhood was normal. It wasn't that bad. I should be over it by now. I'm going to say these again. My childhood was normal. Normal to you. It wasn't that bad. I say this. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't all bad. I should be over it by now. I should be over this by now. I'm 43. This is me speaking, of course. It wasn't that bad. Me. Because there's truth in that. It wasn't all bad. There's positives as well. But it doesn't mean that you experience some trauma within that. And this is not going, woe is me or anything like that. It's acknowledging that you have experienced trauma. It's acknowledging that and accepting that it's occurred. And then hopefully you can move on from that. Once you acknowledge it, you're accepting it. And when you accept it, even if it hurts, you can see it for what it is. And then hopefully you can move forward from that. Dawn saying those aren't your tribe, Zuki. Good people enjoy your growth. Yeah, good people will want what's best for you. Good people would think, do you know what? They'd cheer you on. Yeah, they would. They'd cheer you on. They'd be happy for you. Yeah. It's all right. Yes, they will. They'll celebrate successes, like Sandra's just said. Absolutely. Dawn saying I've done that, Brad. I've done that. Yep. I think this one where CPTSD goes unnoticed really probably fits into me very well. And I probably ignored a lot of things. And it took me a while to acknowledge that things. Doesn't mean you think, oh my God, Brad's 43 and he might have only just seen this aspect of something. It doesn't, you could think, you could be forgiven to think that, oh, it's late, you're late. But you're never late. You're not late. You learn things when you learn things. You accept things when you do. So it's good not to be too hard on yourself. Zuki saying, growing up, I was always told by parents, you don't know how good you have it. Fuck me, yeah, Zuki. Yep. Bang on. You don't know how good you've had it. Yeah. We never had this, that, the other back in there. All that one. You don't even know the meaning of stress. You don't know what fucking stress is.
Yeah, you do.
You don't know what stress is. So those words can stick and make you downplay things that happen to you. Yeah, you don't know what fucking stress is. You've had it easy. You've had a good ride, you lucky little cunts. Sorry, swearing there. And you've had it really good. All right, yeah, cheers. And then you could start to think, oh, am I being ungrateful? Am I ungrateful? That could make you think that, potentially. I'm going in line with what Zuki is saying. I was going to pin that message there, Zuki. You can be made to feel like you can't trust your feelings. Absolutely, Zuki, well said. You're not sure about them. Are my feelings justified? Or are my feelings true? Should I feel bad about having these feelings towards? That's a big one. Should I feel bad about having these feelings, especially if it's towards your parents that have done, let's say, go back to, they've done some positive things as well, of course. Dawn says, same, Zuki. I'll move on. Yeah, so like I've said, I should be over this by now. I should have worked this out by now. They didn't mean to hurt me. Another one. They didn't mean to. And maybe they didn't mean to. They might not have meant to. They might have done it unconsciously. I'm not saying that's justified. It doesn't. It's a reason, not an excuse, isn't it? It's a reason. It's a reason, not an excuse. They might not have meant to hurt you. It depends on the situation, though, doesn't it? Of course. But trauma doesn't need bruises to be real. It doesn't have to be extreme to be real. It could be the death of 1,000 cuts. I suppose if you're a parent, imagine you're a parent and you have a kid. What are people? They're imperfect. What do people have? Oh, everyone has some trauma. Everyone has some insecurities. So if you're a parent, you're not going to get everything perfect either, are you? I'm trying to be a bit more understanding there. But some people could do better. A lot better. I know no one's going to be perfect with being a parent. I absolutely acknowledge that. And I bet it's not an easy job. But some people could be a lot better, yeah. Or should be a lot better. Or ideally, make mistakes. A parent will make mistakes, and a good one would learn from those mistakes, take accountability for those mistakes, and then try to make things better. That would be better, wouldn't it? Let's be being idealistic here, aren't I? So, sorry guys, I keep talking. I'll have a sip of water. Right, I'm going to talk about the good news. I've talked about a lot of what CPTSD is, and we've been exploring CPTSD through the conversation. We've been discovering about it, let's say that much. We've discovered it, we've explored it. What CPTSD and what signs are, etc., what symptoms could be. Let's talk about how to come away from that. How to heal, basically. How to move forwards. It's all good and well talking about the problem and what it is and acknowledging it, but there comes a time when you need to speak about how do you grow from it? How do you learn from it? I'm going to put healing from CPTSD, okay? Oh, it's not working. Oh, well. I'll just say it out loud. That's fine. So healing from CPTSD. This is the good news. There's got to be some good news. The good news is CPTSD is absolutely something that you can't heal from. It's not the end of the world. It's not game over. People do recover. People do recover. It's not always linear, though. It's not always straightforward. It's up and down. It's left and right. It's not always straightforward when you're healing from CPTSD. And I keep saying this, but I think it's really, really true. Will you heal completely, perfectly? No. There's always going to be scars there. But those scars can make you wiser. Those scars can make you stronger. Yeah, anyway. You can build boundaries. You can calm down your nervous system. Big thing, calming down that nervous system. Like Dawn's done it in her own way with regards to the carnivore diet. Carnivore diet, therefore, has reduced her inflammation in her body, lowering the stress levels in her body, lowering that flight of cortisol levels. That's helped her nervous system, in my opinion. That's worked for her. I'm not saying that works for everybody because everyone's different, of course. Everyone's got their own way of doing things. But that's helped her. It's helped her. She's calmed her nervous system down there, basically. Therefore, helping her to start to heal all the other things as well. That's just one example of it. And you can start feeling safe again. So how can you do that? It's self-compassion. It's working on yourself. It's discussing these things. It's acknowledging these things. It's accepting that, do you know what? I've experienced this. It's being compass mentis enough and honest with yourself to go, do you know what? I'm doing that and it's not for my best interest. I'm going to have some self-compassion. I'm going to learn how to love myself more. And it's all little baby steps. Sometimes it's just baby steps. I don't know which bit you work on first. It's all about calming that nervous system down. You need to calm that nervous system down, man. You need to reduce that inflammation in the body. You need to reduce the cortisol levels in your body. You need to calm down, man. And it might take time. How are you going to achieve those things? It's making little steps. It's like, do you know what? I'm going to start walking more. I'm going to start walking twice a week or whatever it is. I'm going to stop. I'm going to try and improve my diet. I'm going to read. I'm going to research about how to be more self-compassionate. I'm going to read books on self-compassion. I'm going to watch YouTube videos or whatever on self-compassion or whatever it is you want to work on. You're educating yourself. A lot of people on here do educate themselves. I can tell they educate themselves because by how they speak on here, which is really, really good. That's all these little things, all these little discussions. Even like today, there's a little discussion on this certain topic is hopefully working towards calming that nervous system down. This is not just a thing that happens overnight, and it has to maintain. You have to maintain a calm nervous system via healthier habits, of course. Yes, I'll be going for a little bit longer, Sander, but not too long, all right? Okay. So let me just finish. Sorry. Thanks. This can be, sorry, I'm moving on. Reparenting is building boundaries. Reparenting yourself. That's a big topic in itself, isn't it? How to reparent yourself. How to learn how to be, how to learn how to interact in society, how to set boundaries, how to stop feeling so guilty, how to lessen your people-pleasing habits. That's reparenting. That's part of reparenting, isn't it? Working through emotional flashbacks. So it's going through those really difficult times. Maybe that could be done via a therapist, but you don't have to. Working through those points where it was more, maybe if you've got certain points in your life that are really traumatic, that have really upset you and they've really scared you and they've really set you down a bad path. It's figuring out what they were and then working through them, isn't it? Of course, being open and honest, I'm not the expert on these things. I'm just discussing them the best I can. It's reconnecting with your identity, finding out who you really are and what you're about. Doing things that you're passionate about, finding hobbies that you enjoy doing, tapping into those things. All of these little things make a difference. All of these little steps, but it requires consistency. It's a lifelong thing. It's not just, oh, I've done a bit of work for a month or two, and you could have done that. Well, that month or two could have been perfect, right? You've done everything perfectly for a month or two. You've really helped calm your nervous system down. And that then thinking, I've done it, I fixed it all. No, that's not enough. You've got to keep You've got to keep at it. We're not being too hard on yourself. It's like, what do? This does not work for everybody. I have cold showers. I do Wim Hof breathing. That's a massive thing for me. I eat healthily most of the time. I exercise on a regular basis. I read books. I learn about myself. I'm honest with myself. I self-reflect a lot of self-reflection. That helps me. There are a few of the things that help me to keep my nervous system calmer. Let's say that. Don's saying, I saw something the other day, and he said, say no to absolutely everything for the next week, and then you'll be comfortable with it. Wow, I like that. Say no to everything for a week. And then don't even explain yourself either, Don. Say no. Can you work tomorrow? No. Why not? Because I don't want to. No. That's it. I don't want to. Fuck off. Yeah. Saying no, you say yes to yourself. That's a really good one, that, Dawn. That's a very, very good one. That is one way. There's many ways to calm your nervous system down, but that's definitely one way. But you're coming away from that CPTSD type of trauma, aren't you? That's one way you're saying no. You're being less of a people pleaser. You're more comfortable with just saying no, man, and not feeling guilty about it. Say no and don't feel guilty, basically. It's okay to say no. And a good person, if you've got a good person, they go, oh, can you help me with this today? And you say no. A good person, a genuine person that has your best interests at heart, let's say, would be okay with it. They go, all right, no worries. Okay, I get it. You look after yourself. And they'll maybe offer to help you as well. That would be a sign of a good person. He said, though, you're allowed to change your mind a few minutes after, but only if you really wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's good to say yes as well, Dawn. You can't say no to everything. Well, you can, but if you really want to do something, say yes. Best one to do, in my opinion, this really helps as well. If someone asks you something, I go, if I'm not sure, let me think about it. I'll let you know. Especially if it's like a spontaneous request and they catch you off guard, which does happen in life. You just think to yourself, you know what, I'll let you know. I need to think about it. I'm not sure. If you're not sure, just say you're not sure. And then you can get back to them. I think that gives you a bit of time to think it through. A lot of the time, I don't like to make spontaneous decisions anyway. I like to think it through. That's a good point. This isn't going to happen overnight. Like I've said, it absolutely happens if you put the work in. You've got to put the work in, man. Yeah, you do. So, I'm still learning about all CPTSD specifically. I've talked about it today. I've learned more about it today. I've read up on it a little bit as well, of course, before I did this live. I've seen myself in a lot of these things as well, which is why I spoke about it today. I think it's a good topic, a great topic, should I say. It's an important topic. I think a lot of people will have these traits and they won't be aware of them. And it can be, so let's say the terminology of CPTSD can be a good, it can be a guide for you, basically. It can, if you see yourself in it, then you can understand it more, and then you understand it more, and then you can move forwards, can't you? I think it's a good, let's call it a tool or a guide kind of thing. And I'm sharing this because it's helping me to understand myself better, and I'm pretty sure that other people could understand themselves better via this as well. If any of this resonates with you, feel free to share your own experiences. If you ever wanted to email me, you can do. It's on my channel, inspirationalambivert@outlook.com. It's on my channel if you look for it. Another one is, Dawn mentioned this, it's the crappy childhood fairy. I'll say it again, it's a really good YouTube name. It's a YouTuber, she's called the Crappy Childhood Fairy. And she talks about CPTSD in a lot more of a professional manner than I have, let's be honest. Really, really good. There's probably other sources as well out there, but she's very, very good at explaining the CPTSD. If you want to check that out, of course. If if you ever do want to email me, I'll answer the best I can. Don't feel like you're... I might not answer straight away all the time, of course, depending on what I'm doing, but I will get back to anyone that emails me. If you want to. If you don't, that's fine. You're not alone. You're not being dramatic. But you're someone who survived a lot or surviving a lot. And you're still here and you're still working through it, which is great. Let me go back to the comments. It's one moment, sorry. Dawn saying Jerry Wise is another good one for getting back to your true self. Jerry Wise, okay. Need to look at that. Thanks for that, Dawn. So yeah, I'm really glad I've covered that. I'm gonna just do open chat for a little bit, and then I'm gonna call it a day, really. Open chat. I'll leave that just for a little while. Patrick Tehan is also quite good. Thanks, Zuki, for that. That's one I've never heard of. Dawn saying that Jerry Wise had narcissistic parents himself, so he really gets it. I think the best people that have, I think the real life experiences are the best teachers. You can have someone who's got a PhD in whatever, in narcissism, let's say, and they can know it really, really well. Don't get me wrong. They can be experts on it in that regard. But I think it really, ideally, you'd have someone who's got the PhD, but then they've had the real life experiences and meshed them two together. But even with people that have actually gone through the shit, gone through experiences, gone through pain and suffering, they can speak about it really, really well. Also, in my opinion, this is my opinion, imagine someone's got a degree in psychology, whatever it is, master's, bachelor's degree. Fair play, that's really good. However, if you read about these topics a lot, and I mean a lot, you're reading about them, you've experienced it yourself, I think you can match someone who's done a degree anywhere. Maybe people would argue with that. But if you've read lots of books on if you've read so many books on a topic and you've experienced it in real life, that means I'd value what that person has to say about things because they've got a lot of experience. So I'm going off on a tangent there with regards to that. You don't always have to, degrees are great, don't get me wrong, but you don't always have to have a degree to be experienced with something, is what I'm trying to say. Dawn saying agreed 100%. Dawn's then saying, oh my God, Zuki, me too. Repin, pause, my phone had a moment and I missed it. No worries, it's all good. Not every kid gets £1 to go to the shop and get whatever they want. I wonder what you can get with that now, Dawn. Get what you want with a quid. Zuki saying, and my mum has a qualification in psychology. Wow. But this doesn't seem to have helped her develop those skills. Learnt in her own life. Fucking interesting, Zuki. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's all good and well. Oh, yeah, I think Dawn's mentioned that in her own way in the past. With regard to some people, these fucking narcissists, yeah, they'll learn about psychology, but they won't use it in a good way. If you truly know about it, if you were truly genuine about it, you think, fucking hell, I don't want to be one of them dickheads. I don't want to be a narcissist. That's horrible. I don't want to be a toxic piece of shit. Yeah, you'd be like, I know better now as well. So I'm going to do my best not to be that, but then still apply all that stuff. Yeah, it's fucked up, yeah. I remember I go on about my ex quite a bit sometimes because she's a good example. She was very spiritual. Live and let live, did yoga, spoke about all the spiritual stuff and blah, 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 blah. And she was the poster girl for it, kind of thing, in her own life, in her own narrative. But she was the opposite of that. She was a tyrant, not good. not healthy, had a lot of trauma and dealt with it not in a good way, was very not nice to people, lying, manipulative, not selfish, not good person. But she'd she'd say all the good shit sometimes. It'd sound really good as well, very convincing. Oh, I'm very spiritual, I'm a yoga master and all that fucking shit. But you're not really it, though, are you? Some people, my opinion, I've met some lovely, lovely people. I'm going to use someone I work with. She's Filipino. She's lovely. She'll be around her. She's such a calm presence. This person is fucking like an angel, in my opinion. Fucking genuinely, what a lovely woman. What a lovely woman this person is. Just a really good person. But she doesn't speak about it. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't big herself up ever. She just is. She just is.
Brad, in Eastern Europe, we have a saying. We have a saying here in Eastern Europe. Shoemaker has the worst shoes. He makes the shoes, but he's got the worst ones on.
Yeah.
If you know, same with meaning somebody who works with something all the time might be the worst. Maybe neglecting themselves in that way,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
no worries.
that's a saying.
Yeah, never heard that saying.
Also, every toilet in Split and Aggression is fucking amazing and luxurious.
Right.
The toilets are amazing. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. Bye.
All right. Sandra, sorry. Okay. Zuki's saying, my mum has a qualification in psychology. I've already read that. Sorry. But she's not applying it. A lot of people do that. Not everyone gets a holiday every year. To be fair, I could have gone diabetic on freckles back then. Yeah. What was the other one? The Taz. Remember the Taz ones, Dawn? I'm showing my age here. The one with the caramel in. They were fucking ace. They don't have them anymore. And they were bigger, weren't they? Yeah, it's a bit of a mind screw, Zuki's saying. Fucking, yeah. It's like you've done a psychology degree. It's a really interesting degree to do, by the way. Psychology degree is a really interesting thing to do. It's a 3-year course, by the way. I looked into it. I'm glad I didn't do it, though, because there's no jobs at the end of it. There's no work at the end of it. If you get a bachelor's degree in psychology, you need at least a master's, and then you've got to do a lot of... It's a hard field to get into. I think you need to do a master's, at least a master's in psychology to have a chance of getting a job in it, as far as I'm aware. I was as well. Don saying, I know a narc who is very interested in psychology because it helps them manipulate. Fucking absolutely bang on, Don. Yeah, they're using it for malicious means. Yeah. They're looking at how people work, how people tick, yeah. It's like using it in a dark way, using that information. Knowledge is power, but using that power in a negative manner, let's say. Don't say, my friend who was after my boyfriend is a yoga instructor, ex-vegan, and another Reiki master. Not saying all Reiki masters are bad, because that won't be fair. However, I work with a fucking Reiki master, and she's not a fucking Reiki master at all. I won't want that fucking energy anywhere near me. Like, fuck you, no. This all ego. It's a lot of these people that they're looking after you with their Reiki master healing powers. Reiki master as well. It's like master whatever.
They said they take energy from you.
They take energy from you, yeah. It's not coming from a good place. But I go back to my lovely Filipino colleague. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's absolutely lovely, and she's the true Reiki master. But she's not a Reiki master. She's the true healer. She is an angel. Let's say that. She is a genuinely lovely person. People go to her with problems all the time. They vent to her all the time. That's the person who she is. Does she say I'm a this, I'm a that? No, she never does. But she just genuinely is. Like you already know, actions always speak louder than words. Watch what they do, not what they fucking say. Always. Dawn saying cobbler's burnt. I can't say that, Dawn. Cobbler's burns, is it? Cobbler's burns, we say it in Scotland, Sander.
There you go.
Ah, so it's in Scotland. I've never heard that terminology before. Never heard it. Zuki saying, yes, Sander, my aunt is a primary school teacher, but was quite dismissive of her own kids' needs.
She'll make her have to wear shoes, telling you now.
Wow, I need to look into that.
Sometimes. I'm going to Google that.
Dawn saying that she remembers Taz Boys. Yeah. Tasmanian Devil Boys, if anyone's... if I'm showing my age. The Tasmanian Devil, you're the Looney Tune character, and they were in the side. There was Freddo Boys and there was Tasmanian Devil Boys, and the Tasmanian Devil Boys had caramel in them, and they were really fucking nice. I remember them, and they've discontinued them. And everyone knows that. They used to be a lot bigger and thicker and cheaper, and now they're really skinny.
So
the chocolate boys, go on.
Sorry. Shoemaker has the word shoes, meaning that people that provide some service to others often neglect their own needs or problems in that area because they're too busy helping others. It can be applied to any profession or any skill. A professional is mostly focused on their clients, while their personal needs and jobs are in, they put them last.
Put themselves last on fixing everyone else. And also what could happen is, say if you're
a neglect of their own shit.
Say if you're a psychotherapist, right? You're really good at what you do. You're great at it. You're really experienced, whatever. People love coming to you. What could happen is that what I'm imagining what they could think is, I can't be, I'm the trained professional here. I can't have problems. Not me, I can't. I'm not allowed to. People will think I'm weak or I'm a fraud, or that could go. I'm thinking that could go in some people's heads with regards to what you've just said, Sander. But we all need to look after ourselves sometimes, and we all fuck up. We all have bad days. We all have down days. We all have insecurities. We all have good days and bad days, of course. You've got to remember to look after yourself, is what I'm gauging from that. Okay, we'll keep going a little bit. Let's keep going. So,
can I just say something?
Go on.
Sorry, it's a little bit of a digression.
Go on.
But it's quite fresh.
Go for it.
I've just met up with my friend Anna, which she's a really lovely person, and I've known her since I was in primary school, really. And we just met up after over a year not seeing each other because I haven't been in Split, and we spent around 2 hours having a coffee. And she long story short, she's now 40. I'm mentioning her because I know she'll never see this video. I hope not.
She won't.
No.
Go on.
But I know she's now 40 and she's single, and she really struggles finding that somebody to be with. And I believe I can see what her issues are, and I can see that she's just repeating patterns, but the lesson's not been learned, if you know what I mean. It's kind of a little frustrating to watch, because I care about her. She's a lovely person and I want her to be happy, but she's stuck in a certain way, and she's not finding her way out of it, basically. And maybe, Brad, maybe it would be beneficial if you could cover a topic about people that stay single but not willingly, in certain age groups. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that would be an interesting subject, because to me it is interesting, because I have somebody in my life that is still single at 40. Well, she's really nice looking, and really nice person, really good person. So it's just it's like she's in a pursuit. She's in a pursuit, but it's just not happening for her. I think I know the reasons as well. Obviously, you can see it from, when you're not involved in it directly. But anyway, she's stuck in a loop. She's stuck in this pattern, and unless she does something differently, in my opinion,
get the same results.
Change basically.
The psychology of what? I'm trying to think. Sorry. I
know it's not on the topic.
No, it's a good idea. I can kind of relate to it.
Inspired me today. Yeah.
It's like you can see your friend and they're doing the same thing over and over again, but they're probably not open to suggestions, because sometimes people just aren't. They're stuck in their own ways. It's like trying to put a fucking round peg in a fucking square hole.
Yeah, and it's not working.
Sorry, and it's nope, but they don't stop. They keep going. Yeah.
But my thinking is, she's 40 years old now. Why not think along the lines of, maybe I need to do something differently now. maybe I shouldn't be doing these same things, repeating these patterns, do something differently. Anyways, I was trying to guide her to a solution, in a way, not a solution, but like a different perspective.
Yeah.
I tried to guide her through gently. I tried to be gentle as well, but I don't think it's fully resonating. She's not ready for
Not
it,
open.
basically.
Can't give a helping hand to a closed fist.
And it kind of like pains me,
That's
because
it.
she loves children so much, and she desperately really wants to have a child, and she just can't get that partner, the right person, to stick around enough to just be with her, and
And sometimes I suppose the desperate, I don't know.
It's just
If you're coming from a place of desperation, it can be having a negative effect on attracting somebody, can't it, potentially?
Yeah, definitely.
There's more, it's an interest. Thanks for Sandra. That's a good, interesting topic. I think I've experienced that myself at one point in my life. I was scared of rejection.
Yeah.
And I stayed on my own for a long time. But I think I needed it at that time.
I think
ages.
I think her problem, if you want to call that a problem, her issue is that she gives so much to begin with. She's like a ready-made product. Like, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get married, get ready to have a child. And then she like goes at it really passionately, like hard. And then she attracts the wrong guys.
Yeah.
And I think it's just not right, because she tries so hard and they don't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's very forgiving. They tell her, like, they blatantly don't want to spend time with her, but she keeps asking them questions like, oh, what are we doing then? What's going to happen between us then? Oh, are we meeting up then? Like, she needs to play more hard to get, in my opinion.
Right, okay, all right. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's that, basically.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's all right. Thanks for contributing. Sorry, I'll go back to the comments in a moment. Sorry, I'm trying to think about that.
Yeah, sorry, Brad.
Yeah, it's almost like turning up to the table, like on that if you're that desperate, you'll go all in straight away. You're chucking the kitchen sink in it. You meet someone. Oh, I want to get married and have a kid. And you only just met them up first date. I know that's an extreme version of doing it. It reeks of desperation, and it can chase people away, doesning it?
Yeah.
If you're coming from a place of desperation, you're not going to make good choices. You're going to make desperate choices. You need to come in from a place of loving yourself, working on. If you work on yourself, you're comfortable with yourself. You're not really actively looking for anyone. I think that's when you're most attractive. Then, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah. Makes sense. Thanks.
But some people are stuck in that mode, aren't they? That's all they know, and they keep trying harder with that way. And they're not. If you're not open-minded enough or introspective enough, then you're going to miss out on that knowledge and those experiences. That's the karmic debt kind of thing. You can seem unfair, that, though. I'm only covering that briefly, though, with my thoughts. Anyway, I'll carry on. Thanks, Sandra. Right.
Thanks,
all right, no worries. All right. Dawn saying, I say that to Carol all the time because he fixes everyone's cars apart from mine. Does he not fix your car? I'm sure he does at some point. He does eventually, fair enough. He's probably, obviously, he'll be getting paid though, won't he? I'm assuming. Fixing everyone else's cars. But it's hard to fit the time in. His car needs tender loving care too. Therefore, it's representative of his life to an extent. Yeah, we ignore ourselves, don't we, sometimes? We forget to look after ourselves. We feel guilty for looking after ourselves. We're too busy helping everyone else. Sometimes it's just because you're so used to doing it as well. It's like a habit. Yeah, you're just so used to you're so used to helping everyone else apart from yourself. And we all need to remind ourselves of that.
Wow, Dawn's making fair points when you get to her comments.
I know, I'm just going to read. Thanks.
Yeah, it's fine.
Dawn saying, I'm exactly the same with my ex-friend. She's 40 odd and single and gets obsessed with married men. You want what you can't have, basically. Yeah. That's not going to end well, though, is it? You're going after someone that's unavailable, or maybe they are available, but they're going to cheat. So then you go in with someone who's cheated on the partner. So therefore, can you trust that person? That's going to go through your head if you do take someone's partner away from them, from a marriage or whatever, a married man or a married woman, whatever, and they cheat. What do you think? What's that going to say? Can I trust this person? It's going to be on your mind. Well, it will be on mine anyway. People want what they can't have. more, I suppose it's more, has more value to them in their minds potentially. She still lives with her parents. It's all right to be single sometimes as well, you know. Honestly, it is. There's benefits to being single, benefits to being in a partnership. Don't feel bad if you're on your own, is what I'm trying to say. We all need to be in that place for a while sometimes. Dawn says she still lives with her parents and is quite good looking. Also quite good looking. So she's got the looks, but things that you still work on. I hope she doesn't go after Brad, LOL. I never saw my friend doing that, but she did. I hope she doesn't go after Brad, LOL. I saw my friend doing the same thing, but she did, yeah.
I keep them far apart. Don't worry, Dawn, just in case.
Yeah, I'm being bored from that, Dawn. It's not. You need to have a fucking word, okay?
I'm not stupid, Dawn.
Yeah, thanks. I'm joking. It's borderline a red flag, not being able to self-reflect, Sander, but I can't judge. No. I suppose sometimes, though, you've got a friend and you have a lot of respect for them, but they're not, you can't give a helping hand to a closed fist.
No.
Nope. But sometimes you go, all right, that's the situation that we're in. But I'm still here for you. When you're ready, I'm over here.
That's it, yeah.
And if you need any help, I'm over here.
That's it.
That's the best you can do.
That's how I try to operate.
Yeah, that's the best you can do in that situation. If you've got love and respect for someone, but they're not open to working on, they're not ready. Some people aren't ready, and that's okay. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
Bring a horse to water, but you can't make it fucking drink. Here's the water, horse. You're thirsty. You literally are thirsty in this situation. This person is thirsty for a relationship, whatever. They're thirsty. There's some fucking water there. Drink that water and you're good. This is the knowledge, the water, whatever. This is a new strategy. Try that shit, but they just don't want to drink it. Can't force it. Can't force them to. Personal choice. Don's saying, have a look at limerence. That's what my friend does. Limerence, what does that mean?
I'm going to definitely Google that.
I've never heard of the word limerence, ever. So please, I like learning new things. So yeah, limerence, what's that? I'm cheating, I'm using Google. Limerence, a state of being infatuated or obsessed with another person, typically characterized by a strong desire for reciprocation of one's feelings, but not primarily for a sexual relationship.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, wow.
Interesting. Zuki says, yeah, it can be hard. I would love to have a relationship, but realistically, I think my health is too much a barrier. Your primary concern is your health. Zuki, I understand that. That's what you've got to have that. So yeah, I understand why you'd think that. I couldn't dedicate enough to the partner. It's good to acknowledge that, you know. That's very wise. And some people think, people that I don't like, just because someone's single doesn't mean they're failing. Some people choose to be single. They're happy. That's their fucking choice. It doesn't mean people in partnerships are in a bit better position than people who are single. It doesn't mean that, in my opinion. It's whatever you choose, where you want to go and what you want to be. It's not one's better than the other. Some people can judge others because they're single. Oh, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with her? Oh, they're on their own. There's something wrong with that person. And in my opinion, that's not always the case. People can judge harshly with regards to that sometimes, which I think is silly. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there. I couldn't dedicate enough to the partner. I had started on a couple of occasions to actually look, but realised it wouldn't be fair. Do you know what, Zuki? You're lovely. You sound fucking lovely. You'll be ready when you're ready, or whenever. Whatever's best for you. Until I'm doing better, I won't hate to lead someone on. That's really nice. Most people wouldn't do that, you know, Zuki. Most people wouldn't say that. What you're saying is amazing. Fucking respect. I respect that big time. That's great. By the way, fair play to you. Give yourself a pat on the back, Zuki. A massive pat on the back with that. And just focus on you. You're being self-full. You're not being selfish, you're being self-full. You're looking after yourself. You've got a health issue, it's causing you pain, and you want to just chuck everything at that. kind of thinking, is what I'm gauging from what you're saying. Dawn then says, it's almost love bombing. Trying to get married and have a kid is something I know it does, so it scares people. It could be love bombing, couldn't it? It could be like, yeah, I'm all in, boom. It's like, yeah, chucking the kitchen sink at it. Like, you've met them first day, they're saying that they love you. Second day, they're saying that they want a kid. If you're a guy, you're hearing that. Oh, they love me after day one. I've not even done anything. I've only just, what have I been doing? I've been scratching my ass and looking out the window, and they say they love me after a day. They don't even know me, for instance. Now they want a kid with me, and then they want to get married. And you've heard all this in a week. It's like, whoa, fuck, that's too much. I'm going a bit extreme there, of course, with what I've just said, but it's kind of in line with what Dawn's mentioning there. Dawn's then saying, Zuki, it's a myth that you have to be healed perfectly before you get into a relationship. I agree. How can you be healed perfectly? I don't think you can be healed perfectly, completely, or 1000%, no. Relationships can be healing with the right person. Fucking very, very, very true. I'm just going to pin that one because I like it. I think you need to be somewhat healed, in my opinion, Dawn. You might not agree with me, which is fine. I think you have to be somewhat healed, working towards bettering yourself, and in a better, somewhat healed at least. And then, if you're with the right person, if he wants the best for you, you can heal each other. You can grow together then, can't you? That's the ideal. That can happen if you're with the right person. But you've got to be, in my opinion, for that to occur, both people. You could have a person who's like working on self-development, they're working on growth, they're on the healing journey. Let's call it, this person's on the healing journey, and this person just isn't. This other person isn't. And no matter how good this other person is, if you've got someone who's not bringing the same kind of logic or energy to the table, that relationship's not going to be working out in a healthy way, let's say. You've got to have two people that are on a similar trajectory, not the same, but they're all about healing and self-growth, etc. They're open-minded. But I definitely agree, Dawn, you don't have to be perfectly healed. We all have some emotional baggage. We all have issues. It's all part of being human. Jakey's saying, Dawn, I'm also very cautious about this myself. I can fall hard and fast, so I need to be careful with my expression and intentions. Let me just read that again. I'm also very cautious about this myself. I can fall hard and fast, so I need to be careful with my expression. Yeah, you've got to be mindful. I suppose it's a minefield out there as well when you don't know someone. Do you know what, though? Let me say something now. Basically, I've had relationships in the past and I haven't trusted the person, right? And I've had reason not to fucking trust them because of the behaviour. And it wasn't a nice feeling. If you're with someone that you don't trust, it's shit. And then you can second guess yourself. You can think, am I insecure? Am I being insecure? Am I being too paranoid? Am I being weak? That's gone through my head in my past relationships. And I've been with people that I thought fucking trust them. I didn't fucking trust them. And there was a reason to. There's a reason to, because of the behaviour, etc., etc. It was toxic. It was fucked up. They were playing games, blah, blah, blah. But if you're with the right person, you just trust them. It's weird. It's a really good feeling. Oh, it's amazing. If you're with the right person, you don't even, it's just their behaviour and their words match their actions. There's consistency. They're just trustworthy, and it's such a relief to be with someone that's trustworthy. You don't feel insecure around them because they bring out the best in you. I'm being idealistic here, but that's how it goes. And that's a fucking good feeling. I used to think I was being insecure in relationships, and maybe I was too, and probably was some insecurities from me at the time in my 20s, let's say, because I wasn't as developed as I am now. But yeah, that feeling, that's not a nice feeling. When you're with someone that you don't trust, it's not a good fucking feeling. Sometimes that can be your own fault, being insecure, etc. But sometimes it can come from their behaviour. But I'm saying things again, and I'm repeating myself. I'll move on after this. But when you're with the right person, it just feels right. It just fucking clicks. It just fucking works. It feels natural. It's not over exaggerated. It's like a calm, consistent kind of feeling. It's a good feeling. Anyway, I'm going on. Dawn saying, yeah, I've done it too. You've done it too. Zuki saying, thank you, Dawn. Yes, maybe it's a bit of a case of the inferred worry, fear of overriding. Zuki then says, because I think a relationship would be healing for certain. It can be if it's the right person. Sometimes you heal each other, of course. Zuki saying, I would still say I probably do need more work on myself and my health a bit more, but I do need to learn. I don't need to perfectly heal. No, you don't need to heal perfectly, Zuki. I think that's unrealistic anyway, to heal perfectly. Dawn saying it's probably for good reasons. That's a good point. Dawn saying it can also be for a sexual relationship. My friend definitely wants a relationship, the one that you were on about before. Hi, Yorick. How's it going? You're a bit late joining today. How are you? Are you okay? Good of you to join us. Dawn saying she briefly dated someone I knew, and he said she's psycho and won't leave him alone. Fucking hell. All over him. Skirt. Oh, yeah. It's too much, too heavy. Too insecure, too much. No worries. Yeah, that can. Yeah, that's not a good look, is it? Kind of in line, maybe a bunny boiler type of person, maybe. I don't know to say exactly, but yeah. Sandra's saying, I agree with Dawn, Zuki. I always thought in my 20s that I'm not good enough for a relationship and I'm damaged goods, etc. But oh boy, was I wrong. In the right relationship and with the right person. You realise this, Zuki, and most definitely you go together. Yes, absolutely. It's nice. It's good. Let's say. Sorry. Trying to think. I remember at one point in my life, I thought I'm not meant to be with anyone. Honest to God, I thought I'm not meant to be with anyone. So I thought to myself, nah, it's not going to happen. I used to think, everyone's playing fucking games. Everyone's fucking around. I don't want to play games. I'm fucking sick of this bullshit. I'm sick of people lying. I'm sick of all the manipulation. I thought I'm done with it. At one point in my life, I thought I don't give a fuck if I'm with anyone or not. I stopped giving a fuck. I stopped even trying. I didn't even want to know. I just did me. And that's how you win. You're just doing you. You're happy being with yourself. You just find things that make you happy. You're working on your fucking self. That's it. That's what worked for me personally. Everybody's different though. Azuki says hello to Yorick. Yorick says had to charge my phone, but I forgot to charge it. No worries. Sandra's saying, realise this, Zuki, and most definitely you grow together. I think I've already said that. Thank you from Zuki. She also borrowed mine and Carol's cars to keep stalking a guy to see if his missus was at his house who he has a kid with. Fuck me. That's dedication, Dawn. That's fucked up, mate. But 10 out of 10 for perseverance with that. She borrowed your partner's car just to stalk a guy. That's fucked up, mate. That's some fucked up shit. That's some deep psychological issues, that's just some... That's where, if you allow it, where your trauma just takes over completely and you go down a fucking dark road and you're just trying so aggressively to find somebody, but in a really negative, toxic way, and they just keep trying that way and that's all they know, but they're not doing the inner work. That's not a good life, is it? It's not a happy life, let's say. Sandra says, hi, Yorick. I was late here today too. Dawn says hi to Yorick. Sandra's laughing, saying, what the fuck, Dawn? That's crazy. Batshit crazy, Dawn says. That is, man. That's some next level stalking, isn't it? That's what's it called? That's a fully fledged stalker, isn't it? But they'll always find a way, I suppose. I'm not saying I recommend stalking others. It's wrong. But wow, that's crazy. Don't say that. I think you have to be at least open to healing and acknowledging you have a problem. Yeah. That's where being hard on yourself can work for yourself. A little bit. That's when you look at yourself as the problem, that's the gift that can give you, in my opinion. Acknowledging that you could be the problem. What you're bringing to the table could be causing you negative consequences in your life. You got to own it. You got to own your fucking shit. Own your fucking bullshit. And sometimes that's ugly, and sometimes that's painful, and sometimes it hurts. But that's where you can become better. Absolutely. There's growth in the pain, kind of thing. Yorick saying, did the gold guy was here, Yorick? You missed him, man. You missed out on the golden opportunity there, mate. You missed out on a golden opportunity, Yorick. You fucking should have got up earlier, and you would have been blessed with Mr. Gold's presence. I'm afraid, though, he's only got so much gold to give today, and he's probably on another live spreading the love. He's golden. He's golden showers for everybody, like I said yesterday. From Mr. Gold. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there. No, he's not. You've missed him, mate. Maybe next time. He doesn't last long, really, Mr. Gold. He has a limited vocabulary. He's a one-trick pony, really, if I'm honest. But he's not doing anyone any harm. And it's, I suppose, he's bringing laughter and a bit of. There's a positive in it from that. It's a bit funny. It's funny. It's silly, and that sometimes you need that in life. You shouldn't always be serious all the time. And so I'm saying, so basically, she only goes after married men. This has to be some disorder. LOL. Yeah. Deeply. Yeah. There's something. Yeah. Juki saying, haha, yes, they joined earlier. Yes, Mr. Cole was here earlier. Dawn, he's been and he's blessed us already. Yeah. And Sandra saying, Yorick, good question, LOL. Has Mr. Gold treated with his present today? Yeah, it's been. You missed him, Sandra, as well. You missed out on that fucking. Missed off on that. You missed out. You might not get that opportunity ever again. Dawn saying, yeah, there's more to limerence than just that short description. I'm sure there is. Sandra Googled it for me. They often like the idea of a relationship, but are scared of commitment to go after unavailable people. And I suppose, though, once they get that unavailable person, I'm assuming, once they've captured them, they've won them over, they then think, oh, maybe it'll go maybe a month or two later down the road, maybe less time, maybe a bit more time. They'll go, do you know what? I'm bored of that now. I've won that one. Let's move on to the next thing. And so the saga continues. Round and round we go. Dawn saying, oh, Sandy, you didn't get a dose of that gold. You didn't. No golden showers. No golden showers for you, Sandy. I'm sorry. Yorick saying, just pass some of that gold shimmer to Sander, Dawn. There you go. We'll sprinkle some of that shit on you. There you go. Fucking enjoy. I'm going with it. Sander says, I need the golden now. It'd be nice to have some real gold, though. Of course it would. Don't think you can share it with Yorick. We'll send some to you, Yorick. We'll post them down to you. Don't worry. Sandra's saying, laughing my ass off. Thanks, Dawn. I feel golden and blessed now. It's magical. I think we need a Mr. Diamond. Ladies love diamonds more. What's that film called about diamonds? And it has, what's it called? Blood Diamonds. Change the topic a little bit. I forgot the actor's name. He's really bloody famous. He's in Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. Blood diamonds. It's how they acquire the diamonds. It's on the back of slaves who were chipping away at rocks. It's really horrible where a lot of diamonds come from. It's a bit, in a way, if you were to look at where they came from and the amount of human suffering that they cause, would diamonds really be that good? Depends which way you look at it. They're built on the back of other people's suffering. They're acquired through on the back of other people's suffering. Blood Diamonds is a good film, by the way, if you want to watch it. It's a few years old now. So I was saying Yorick have some of that gold dust. It's better, whatever. All right. You're blinded by the gold, yeah. That'll be the ammonia, the ammonia drip.
You,
I'm joking. I'm going with it. I'm going with it. I know. Dawn was going to say James Bond.
Me too. Diamonds are forever, yeah.
Goldfinger? Is it Goldfinger? I've got to be careful. I've got a very dark sense of humour. I'll be careful what I say. I bet Mr. Gold's favourite movie is James Bond's, Goldfinger. Yeah, of course. Diamonds are forever.
Dinosaur.
Dookie said I was thinking that, Dawn. So glad it's not just me. Oh my God, I just got the ammonia joke. Yeah. Little pissy lips all the way. Pissy lips. God. You have to say that, though, don't you? If he's talking about that loads and loads and loads, then you've got to mention that, haven't you? In my opinion, if you can't list that out. If his only thing he's saying is about gold, 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 then you've got to say it. My opinion is it'd be rude not to say that, because it becomes into that, it fits well into that box. Anyway, so there you go. Enjoy. I feel like most things that are desirable sought after off the back of other people's suffering. Sweatshops with luxury clothing, steel with blood metal harvesting. Absolutely, Zuki. Yeah. All these shiny things that we have that we see that are expensive, that have value. It's on the back of someone else's real suffering. Absolutely. Don't say I have the darkest sense of humour. Yeah, I do. Really, I do. I really do. Yes. Helps me to... I think if you work in theatres as well, a lot of people have a dark sense of humour. A lot of people do a lot of good work, don't get me wrong. Absolutely. And they're very professional and they do their job well. But a lot of people have a dark sense of humour. And I think sometimes a bit of dark humour, as long as it's not... I think humour is a really good thing, as long as it's not taken out on somebody personally. And imagine if you're joking and someone feels really upset by what's been said, and they're not laughing and they're really upset, then I think that's horrible personally. That's different. And if you've got any decency and self-respect, you're like, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I won't do that around you ever again. And you just know, don't you? You can joke with you, you can't. It doesn't mean one's better than the other. But I think humour, it helps you to... Joking, in my opinion, is a good thing. It helps to release stress if it's done correctly. It can also bring people together sometimes. It depends which way you look at it. As long as it's not on the back of other people's suffering, I think it's a good thing. Anyway. But yeah, I have a very dark sense of humour. He's never around when we take the piss out of him. No, he doesn't. I don't think he takes too kind. Mr. Gold doesn't take too kindly to that. He doesn't stick around for long, and I think he's got a limited vocabulary as well. Bless him. Let's say that much. Zuki's saying gold acts omnipresent, so I'm sure he's here in spirit. Yeah, very, very smart, Zuki. Very smart. And Zuki saying, and those low-level workers might not ever in their life earn enough to buy the product they procure. No, never. They're just doing back-breaking fucking work, lugging massive rocks around, chipping away at the rocks, trying to find the diamonds, and they just worked to the bone, literally. Just slaves, basically slaves. And if they dare try and steal anything, they'll get their hands chopped off. They have a horrible, horrible existence, a horrible life. And there's how are you going to get out of that situation? Imagine if you're in that situation and you're blood diamond situation and you're just chipping away at rocks to try and find diamonds, but you can't even afford to feed yourself and drink, and you can't escape it. So you have to keep turning up for work until your body breaks. And once your body breaks, it'll just discard you. Good luck getting out of that situation. Good luck. Good luck. But it's very, very, very almost impossible. Got it saying soon in LGBTQ, you'll be able to have G for gold too. What sexuality are you? I'm gold, whatever that means. Yeah. They haven't got gold in the LGBTQ plus fucking flag, have they? So there is a place. There has to be gold in there, Yorick. It'd be sad if they didn't put gold in it. So I'm sure they will do at some point. God. I'm going down. Oh, God. Some people like to be urinated upon, don't they? Look, oh, we found one. We found one. I found one. The LGBT, this is not politically correct. LGBTQ plus, you could put like the golden bit on. I need to be careful what I say on here. You could. People that are into that, because some people are, and they could add that on. If you're going to be fair, if you're going to be very open-minded, maybe we should propose that. Mr. Gold will be in. Mr. Gold will be open to it, definitely. If the other person isn't laughing, it's bullying, not joking. Absolutely, Dawn. And sometimes there's a lot of psychology towards jokes. It's a topic in itself, in my opinion. Sometimes, imagine you're working somewhere, you just start work, right? People will test you unconsciously. They'll joke with you, and they'll see how well you take it. They're testing you if you're strong. This is one way of looking at it. They're testing you if you can take it. They're testing to see if you're strong. They're testing to see if you're strong enough to be in their team. They don't want a weak link. That's one way of looking at it. I'm not saying that everyone will agree with that. And if you can laugh at yourself, it shows. If you can laugh at yourself, and it shows that it's a sign of strength, isn't it? It's a sign of wisdom. It's a sign that you've got, you're emotionally healthy, potentially. This is just one way of looking at it. There's other ways of looking at it as well, though, on that topic, is sometimes people will joke, but they're not joking. So I'll say something rude to you, and then you'll get offended. And you go, why, Brad? Why have you fucking said that to me? That's made me upset. And because I'm a coward in this situation, for this example, I'll go, I'm only joking. We're only joking. But they weren't joking. They were just being a fucking rude, horrible twat. So there's that as well. There's different ways. There's different ways of looking at it. There's definitely different ways of looking at it. But if you've got someone and they're upset, if you said something, I don't know, if someone's upset by something, you shouldn't say it to them, I don't think. I think it's wrong. I think it's shitty. If you can laugh at yourself, though, I think it's a good health. It shows I think it's a good sign that you can laugh at yourself to an extent. What I don't like personally is repetitive jokes. I get bored. If it's the same joke over and over and over and over again, and it's like, you've already said that 10 times now. I'm thinking, come up with something new. Or a lot of people, they'll dish it out, but they can't take it. Some people are really good at dishing it out. Narcissists can be really good at dishing it out. They're really funny sometimes as well, but they can't take it. What's that saying? Don't chuck stones from a glass house. So don't chuck stones from a glass house. If you're going to give it out, be prepared to take it as well. And also, sorry, I'm going on a bit here now. Also, jokes. One day I might be in a good mood and you're joking with me, and I'm okay with it. We're all laughing. It's all good. And then other days, I could be really tired. I'm a bit ill. I'm a bit grumpy. So much shit's happened to me or whatever. I'm a bit upset and I'm not in the mood for joking. So it depends on the day, I suppose. I'm going on a bit about the jokes, aren't I? But there we go. That's my take on it. There's a lot of different ways of looking at the psychology of joking, I suppose. Carol loves a video and a guy is asked, what's your gender? And he says, a mechanic. Look it up, it's hilarious. No, I've not seen that, Dawn. I'll have to look at it. I have to watch it. Sorry, I don't know what. Sorry, I don't know. I've not seen it, so I don't know. Sorry. Dawn's then saying, I need to go ride. I'm tempted to do a brief live if I have enough battery. I don't fall off during it. Go for it, Dawn. You learn by doing it. You learn by doing it. Enjoy doing it. Do it. Go for it. If you feel like doing it, do it. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, you've got, I suppose, with the whole YouTube thing, my way I look at it, when I first started, you got to dare to be bad at something to begin with, in my opinion. Dare to be bad. Have a go. Yeah. Not saying that you're going to be bad, but for me it was. I wasn't good at the start, but I just dared to do it and I kept going. Not that I have all the answers with that. Dawn's then saying, don't knock it until you've tried it, Brad. Sorry, Dawn, I don't know what you mean. Don't knock it until you've tried it. I've lost my train of thought. If you fall off during your live, Dawn, that might make for good. No, don't fall off because you can hurt yourself. But it'd probably make for good content if you did fall. No, don't fall off. You could probably learn a lot from people that already do that type of content if you wanted to look down that avenue. Oh, golden shower. Yeah. Oh. And some people go even further than that, don't they? They have the extra bits on there as well. They don't just have the golden shower, they have the extra bits. I'm not going to say it. It's crazy, isn't it? That's another layer, isn't it? That's another layer. We're going... I'm talking rubbish now. Don't say I try not to fall off. No, you don't fall off. You can hurt yourself big time, can't you? I'm sure you're very well aware of that. With regards to horses, they're so strong. They're so fucking strong. One leg on each side is the goal at the end. Yeah, of course. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. It's called scat. What's scat? One leg on each side is the goal. I don't, sorry, please elaborate. Please explain, Dawn. I don't know what scat is. I don't know what you mean. I've got a green, unhappy face though on the emoji face, which says it indicates something, of course. Let me know what that is. What is this, Dawn? Please explain. Oh, right. Shit. Right. Okay. I get it. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I didn't know. I know that it's a thing, but I didn't know the name of it. I didn't know the name of it. Bad Dabby Doobie totally mean jazz, right? Yeah. Oh. God, I can't believe people are into that. That is mad, innit? That is mad. Oh, yeah. And I bet people get paid to do it too. I'm talking about the 90s scat man. But oh yeah. yeah. The scat man. Oh, he's passed away, hasn't he? It's not quite scat man. It's not. Yeah, it's a different take on the scat man. Funny. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a day in a moment. It's fucking rank. It sounds fucking rank. Dawn, it's fucking minging that. That's not healthy, is it? Zuki's telling us the lyrics to the Scatman song. I'm a Scatman, isn't it? That's what the song's called. I'm not going to try and read that, if I'm honest. Zuki. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for being with me today. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. I'll keep creating content the best I can. I'm going to keep going. Bye, everyone. I hope you're doing okay. Let us know when you're doing your live. If you're going to do it, or when you do it, let us know. And if we can, we'll tune into what you're watching. Tune into your channel. Let us know, Don. Okay. Right, guys, look after yourselves. If you do want to email me, you can. inspirationalambivert@outlook.com. I'll help people the best I possibly can. I'm going to keep on creating. I'm on holiday for the next week. I'm going to keep on creating content the best I can. I'll be mostly here at the weekends, of course, because that's when I'm off, when I'm not working most of the time. And that's it, really. That's it. Take care, everyone. Big love back to you, Zuki, as well, to everybody else. So thanks for your time. Keep looking after each other. Keep doing your best. Don't be too hard on yourselves. If you ever really want to do something, just try. Just go for it, whatever that is. So anyway, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you and goodbye.